Why, hello there, Allah. Welcome. I should be queuing up. Oh, should I forgot to update the YouTube title? There we go.
No cure for fools.
Shall I turn in my badge and rifle as well?
That's fine, I didn't really want to play Caitlyn. Okay, playing probably against Lux Jin. What should I play here? Something that's good against mages, presumably. Casa wouldn't be bad, I suppose. Or I could play Lethality Varus, actually. Yeah, Lethality Varus is really good into double ranged. This should be good. Can do Comet, probably. The comp is gonna be kind of tanky, though. God, is there any kind of like hybrid lethality on hit build I could run? So let me just check what people generally run on lethality. Okay. They're actually very melee focused all of a sudden, god damn it. I think I need to do this build, unfortunately, for the mid to late game. But I'm also thinking maybe I could do some kind of experimental build where I start off. Oh, hang on. Some kind of experimental build where I do some kind of lethality first. Maybe Collector, because that could work with an auto attack build and also start off at least building lethality, putting my damage into my abilities. Or maybe I do Bork into Collector, that way I get some lifesteal. But then that's an auto attack focused build against double range, which wouldn't be good. It's so annoying because I picked Varus for the lane, knowing that I would want to do lethality, but then they picked full melee after that, and now lethality isn't good. Okay, this is going to be a very, very extremely experimental build. It's probably not going to be good. Oh, hang on, let me just lower the volume for myself even more. Oh, actually, I don't even have to do that. I can just mute it. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be extremely experimental, probably quite bad, but if we're lucky, we're stumbling onto a miracle build. Or do I do Hubris? Hubris rush with Bork? Into Bork second? Or Into Ginsu's. I feel like I would have to be Collector for doing an auto attack focused build. Honestly, Collector might be underrated. It might be. Oh, hello. Okay, I don't think you needed to flash really. But nice. Welcome, Gwento. Feeling for a Civil Rash today? Yeah, I could maybe play them at some point. I just don't know what I'm gonna do after Collector, but I feel like I'm cooking overall with the Collector Rush. But I need to transition this into something that's gonna be good against frontline. What if I do like into Infinity Edge? Because at least that gives me a lot of AD, while also still leaning into some auto attack DPS. Oh man, this build might be the worst idea I've ever come up with, but there's only one way to find out. Would he lose that? Iron / bronze, something like that. Playing on a different account from last time, because the last one actually didn't really have that many ADCs, so we're starting day 1 again. We went deep into the other account, so I guess it's fine. Okay, decent trade. Okay, wait, she has barrier, and I don't know why she chose the barrier at the moment, but okay. Jenna's ghost, by the way, not barrier. That's interesting. Well, he's dead there. Didn't even not have... Oh, right, he already flashed before. I forgot about that, actually. We're running cleanse, by the way, because of course we're facing a lot of pre-6 CC. And after level 6, it's actually quite important to not get locked down by Lux, because we don't want to eat her combo for free every single time we get hit by her Q. Enemy jungler is J4. We've already seen him on the map somewhere. We could maybe... probably just leave this wave, I think. Oh my god, I need to lower my volume. No, 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 don't touch it! Hopefully still fine, but this is a little bit scary. The fact that I aggroed onto her is also just very unideal, but oh well. I think it overall should be fine, especially if Jhin uses... We'll do that, I suppose. That might be troll, but whatever. Especially if Jhin uses Q on the wave. I don't know if he has, but yeah, it's fine. We lost like 4 minions, which kind of sucks, but wave state overall is still good. Can you explain when you go on hit and when you go lethality on Varus? So you want to go on hit mainly when you're facing a lot of like melees that you can hit in mid to late game, and you want to go lethality when the enemy comp is like all ranged, especially if they're all ranged and super squishy. Like even if there's a lot of melees, so long as those melees are kind of squishy, like stuff like Kha'Zix and maybe Riven, then that going lethality would be fine as well, but it's mainly for dealing with ranged comps, because you're going to put all of your damage into your long range abilities. This game I'm kind of trying out sort of a hybrid build, because I'm facing full range in lane. That's why I even picked Varus in the first place. Hang on, remember, this guy has no flash and no barrier as well. Ah, should have cleansed sooner. Oh well. It's fine. Yeah, should have cleansed sooner and then flashed on Jhin to finish him off. Let's try and crush as fast as we can now. What do I want to max, E or Q? Okay, Jhin is staying. Actually, that's potentially a big mistake. I was mainly aiming for Lux there. I'm trying to catch out Lux if she's gonna overextend. Feels like she might. She's playing a bit recklessly. Also don't want to get ganked by J4 though. Actually, I should play some vision. I'm sitting on 2 trinkets. There's also something we might want to rotate towards there. Probably not. Arguably Nami though, like, she shouldn't have walked into the lane with me here. I'm gonna actually start shoving. I think Jhin might be recalling. But Nami shouldn't have walked into the lane with me there. She should have kept on popping mid just in case J4 counter-ganked to mid, and she could join in that fight. Turn it around. Because if she's like maybe 5 seconds late into lane, just confirming that there's gonna be nothing mid, that doesn't impact anything. I'm not gonna die in 5 seconds, you know, especially when I already have the lead. But this guy's still staying. I think I'll stay as well. I might be able to cheese him, depending on how he plays this. Maybe not then. Okay, hopefully he's actually finished recalling. Alright, I guess I'm just committing to Q-Max. Oh, he's actually staying. Okay. I don't have too much mana to abuse him with, but hopefully we can do something. We've also got Kha'Zix on the Drake, so I'm gonna try and help with this. Which ADC do you enjoy the most, Apelios? Hello to everybody in the YouTube chat. This Jhin might actually low-key just be kind of smart, because he keeps hiding completely out of vision. I can't tell if he's based or whether he's just hiding outside of vision. And I have to keep shoving in these waves just in case he's recalling, because I don't want to give him a free recall, but then he's so patient, like he's actually just sitting back the whole time. I think finally he actually recalled though, so I'm going to recall as well. There we go. Potentially should have just kept doing that though, because he had regained so much HP. Like, he wasn't really that much at risk anymore. Unless he was just really struggling to last under turret, I guess, in which case, fair enough. But he didn't really get any AD. Also, did he start boots? Maybe. So he's still gonna struggle to last it under turret, potentially. I'm level 6. Level 6 Spike on Varus is incredibly strong. Especially with these atoms, I'm going to be basically one-shotting whoever I hit when they're both so squishy. Oh, if I hit it. Well, that's awkward. Just gotta wait 100 seconds. Doesn't mean that I can't keep trying to force though. I'm not gonna walk into that Jhin trap. Oof, didn't quite finish her. We'll keep trying to force some autos onto that guy. It's all good. Yeah, not bad. They might be recalling, it might not be, I don't know, but because we don't know, we gotta push. Okay, we can see that they're not. This could be trouble, we will see. Okay, that's something. Looks like I will need to flash the next... Holy shit. The next Kassadin R, because he just got too low before it came back up. Okay, that was pretty good. Nice one. I wasn't even insanely fed or anything, nor did I pull off some huge outplay. So at least the build isn't terrible. What was the main issue for them there? I can try and review it in a sec. Oh, did she land a bubble? Ah, it's too late to review the full thing, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I could burst down the Jhin and Lux so quickly, that was the main thing. After that, I didn't actually realize I could just turn on the Kassadin. I thought I would probably have to walk away, but I figured since I have summoners up, I could try cutting into the brush and see what happens. And in the end, I could see that he wasn't dealing enough damage to me while I was dealing a lot of damage to him, so I just fully commit for the kill. Oh yeah, I like the wave clear with Q-Max. To be honest, with this build, I probably should have been running Alacrity instead of Bloodline. I didn't plan this out ahead. In advance. Usually you want to go Bloodline on hit builds because they already build so much attack speed as it is. The Alacrity just quickly becomes obsolete. I'm gonna... Oh, crap. I was gonna say I'm gonna play it safe and not ward there. Where are they? I would suggest they're on the Drake, but clearly they're not because that's not even up. So yeah, I was gonna say it should probably be pinging mid to be careful. We're not gonna max W second because overall this build is gonna mainly play through our abilities, I think. Oh, the bubble on cast might have been crucial then. Maybe that's why I didn't take enough damage. Still, the bloodline is gonna scale amazingly for me with this build, because otherwise I'm not building lifesteal until final item. Nice, solo splitting to myself. The enemy bot line are gone for way too long, by the way. I'm just getting so much alone time here. This also means not just that I'm getting all of these platings, but this guy is also popping way too riskily. One shot. Nice one. I don't think I need to even bother cleansing here. She's popping terribly as well. What the hell? Okay, that's random. What am I being pinged for? Drake. Yeah, I can do that after this wave. What rank is this? Iron / bronze. Starting from the bottom. Let's focus the G4 actually. Make sure he doesn't get near the Drake. Don't give him a chance to steal. There we go. It's forced off. Perfect. Down to base. Okay, I think probably we go into Infinity Edge. I'll hold on to this. And I think by Navori, by third item, we're going to want to go into Navori to get some attack speed, because once we have collected Infinity Edge, or even if we're mainly building up till that point for our abilities, amplifying all that crit with some attack speed is going to be huge, especially lowering our ability cooldowns with Navori as well. This should be insane. So it's going to be a nice way to transition a build that was otherwise mostly focused on abilities into a solid DPS build as well. Stop running. Okay, J4 in the area. He is super squishy though, I bet I one-shot him here. Oh, crap. Got him. Okay, that was a bit awkward. I missed some ability on J4. Was it my E? Otherwise I think I would have one-shot him. Oh well. But yeah, I think a full lethality build against this comp just wouldn't really work out, assuming they get as tanky as I'm expecting them to get. So this hybrid approach might work out a little bit better. Any thoughts on AP Varus? Might be the best Varus build against tanks. I would imagine it probably is, because you literally do just one-shot tanks with that build. Man, I haven't played it in a while. Maybe it's weak all of a sudden. I don't know if they've, or remember if they've made any direct changes to it that try and remove it. Oh, I can pick up the red buff. Probably shouldn't have been doing this while TF was in danger though. Okay. For now, I don't need to rotate bot because they're not doing a good job pushing that. Kassadin's off HP as well, so I'm safe to pressure him here. He really should have used his ult to dodge that. Okay, hopefully TF is going to get this turret. I'm going to start rotating towards bot already, so I'm not sacrificing that bot lane farm just to tax this turret gold from TF, because I'm sort of like losing gold by not sticking around to properly tax that, right? Did I actually still get the gold anyway? I'm not sure. But it's only about the same gold that I would lose by sacrificing this wave under turret as well, right? So by sticking around to tax that from TF, I'm literally just costing him gold at like no gain to myself. The team overall gets a lot more gold if I let him get the solo gold and rotate bot and catch this farm instead. And then I'm also getting a lot of XP as well, which I wouldn't get from the turret dying. Does TF want to rotate bot? This is kind of awkward timing, but okay. I want to look for a recall, but it's not going to work if I go right now. I'm going to sacrifice too much CS and turret damage if I do it right now. So we're going to walk towards mid and catch this wave. And overall, we're going to be looking for the first good base timing that I can find. Yeah, we're doing so much damage through our abilities, but we've also got 40% crit so far. Alright, hopefully I get to just shove out this wave. And then rotate and then recall. There might be a fight there that maybe I could rotate to, but I'm assuming that would probably be over by the time I get there. We're gonna look over and... No, okay, it looks like I probably can rotate to this fight, so that's gonna have to be the priority here. Can't look for my recall yet. Arguably I should have taken different pathing though. Played it a little bit safe here. That guy should be dead. Got her. Alright, Jeff can stick around for this farm. My biggest priority here is the base. Nobody's actually shoving out this midland wave this time. Oh, come on. I don't want to keep on staying. I don't think I'm going to be even needed for that anyway, so... I'll base. Yeah, because nobody's shoving in the mid lane wave this time, I'm still missing some CS by not immediately rotating mid. But whatever. At least I don't have the additional factor of needing to defend the turret. Why am I even trying to poke at this? Need to be careful as well, I could get kinked by J4. I should pretty much one-shot him though if he dives on me with how strong I am. And with the build that I'm going for, I just naturally have a lot of burst. Maybe we can rotate towards bot here, are they making a play on TF? They're trying to. Sorry, Nami. Ah, and I didn't even make it. Hang on. Wait, this guy's walking right into me. He's dead. 3 autos. I don't even need to use abilities on her. What the hell? Okay, nice one. Well, since we're already here, let's keep on pushing. It's not like I have time to rotate mid and time to get that turret. Oh, this turret is already down, though. Okay, then we finish shoving out the wave and leave, I suppose. Maybe I can steal some camps on the way out. Is this up at least? What? Nobody saw that. I don't know if it was even worth to fully charge that. Probably not. Okay, the mid lane wave isn't being shoved yet, so I can just continue stealing camps, I think. I should charge my Q only as long as it takes for my auto attack to come back up, I think. Okay, there we go. Stole some camps. I'm gonna be very close to Navori. Can also try and go for this. There we go. Varus, never seen that? Yeah, I explained my reasoning towards the start of the game and champ select why I'm going for this build. I can explain again later. Does he have a dash? Okay, it doesn't matter. He still dies. Still gets hit. Gonna go for J4. This guy has no mana, so he's not gonna be able to escape, I assume. Wait, where is he? Gotta be in the brush, right? Yeah. Like I said, no mana, so unless he has flash, and even then it would be hard. Whoa! What was that ult about? Alright, everyone wants this farm. Time to start recalling. I've got a lot of gold spent, so I have no need to keep on staying here. I have a lot of CS, actually. What the hell? Made some efficient rotations, I guess. Okay, at this point... I do a lot of damage through abilities and a lot of damage through autos. Just a lot of damage in general through everything. Like if I just land a pokey Q, that deals a lot of damage, and if I'm auto-attacking, like DPSing somebody through autos and mixing my abilities into the mix as well, that also just does an absolute insane amount of damage. So this build has been perfect for my needs so far. It did feel like it was decent against Jhin and Lux in lane, but they also like ran into my auto attack range more than they needed to, I think. Auto flowers for me here. Oh, he wasted his combo. Fuck, I think I can get him. The range on that is so crazy, actually. There we go. I don't know if I'm convinced about the Emax over WMAX though. Second. Decent poke. Oh, crap. I meant to tap my W there, not my Q. Ooh. Nice one. Damn. Probably should be going for anti-heal this game since we're facing Aatrox. Can we just end the game here? Probably not, but I don't think there's much consequence to trying. I don't think they can kill me. I'll see who comes to defend. Well, one tower down successfully. What about the other one? Are they just AFK or what? Ooh, I didn't finish her. Told you my burst is crazy. Oh, I meant to auto her first. Well, I could have cleansed ages ago, my bad. Don't have first on the Jhin though. Okay, nice. That's gonna be a GG. I guess we could end. Nice one. What is the current elo? Iron. I will put the rank up on the screen when I'm actually placed. Because at the moment it's unranked. So, what did you guys think of the Varus build? Obviously, I was really fed, so can't judge it by the results, but how did it feel to you guys? Didn't feel terrible to me. But I would have to try it more. I definitely think it would have been better than going for lethality against that comp. Full lethality. Do you have a specific focus during educational streams? Does it change per day, rank, etc.? I always try and focus on macro. Stuff like when to recall, where to go on the map. Also, like, what ADCs you should pick in what situations as well, that kind of thing. When I saw your build, it felt like this random TikTok build which work in Iron. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I can keep trying it. Do you think with the buffs to Annie this patch that she is suitable as support again? I haven't seen what the Annie buffs are. No idea. These days with patch notes, I literally just look at the item changes, see if there's anything that is important for ADCs, or relevant to ADCs, and I look at what they changed about any ADC, and pretty much everything else I just ignore. I used to be interested in patch notes even for champions and roles I don't play, but these days it's... You know, I've read hundreds of patch notes. I'm just bored. I'm tired, boss. As someone who is just now learning ADC, my blind slash main is Jinx. How limited should my champ pool be to really understand the role? You don't need to play anything other than Jinx. Like, if I'm tryhard climbing, I would literally just blind pick Jinx every single game. I think she's the best blind pick. And unlocking counter pick for your teammates as well is pretty valuable. We want something that's going to synergize well with Caitlyn. So, sorry, with Lux. So that's probably going to be Caitlyn. Otherwise, we could maybe do Jhin. What else works with mages? Potentially Ezreal could have been okay. But I think Caitlyn is by far going to be the best. Yeah, I think if you're a Jinx main, you're really lucky in terms of, like, the champion you're maining is exactly the perfect champion, I think, to just spam every game. Not because she's, like, OP, but, like, she's just never not good, you know? I mean, obviously there's situations she doesn't shine. Like, she's maybe not one of the better ADCs to pick into, like, mage lanes on bot lane. So if you're facing, like, Ziggs Lux or something like that, okay, that you're going to suffer a little bit, but it's still not going to suffer as much as picking, like, Aphelios into that lane, for example. I think the only thing that has similar flexibility is stuff like Varus, who can adapt his build depending on the matchup. So, like, on-hit Varus sucks into ranged. Okay, just go lethality. Lethality Varus sucks into melees. Okay, you just go on hit, you know? Whereas Jinx has somewhat similar flexibility. Maybe not as flexible, but still has a little bit of flexibility without even needing to change her build. Is this the same Lux as the previous game? Because she's also running Barrier. Actually, don't need to change my runes much. I'm gonna need to run Cleanse this game, actually. We need Cleanse for the Rammus, for sure. It's really good against Lysandra. If we're going to be facing Pantheon in lane, it's nice to have against his W, even though it's not, like, crucial. Even against Aurelia, it's really nice to be able to cleanse her ult slow, and even her E stun if needed. And then all this is even more crucial when we're facing against Misfortune, because the utility of their CC is so much greater when they have a Misfortune, who greatly benefits from the enemies being locked down into her ultimate. I take so much more damage from her ultimate when I'm locked down, on average, compared to when I'm not locked down, right? So that makes it even more important to be running Cleanse for whatever CC they do have, which is a lot. So this is a no-brainer CC, no-brainer Cleanse kind of game. Even though, funnily enough, it's probably, even though I'm laning against Misfortune, it's probably not actually going to be that important in lane. Because I would assume that's Pantheon support. Which, you know, his lockdown isn't that big. But, yeah, for the mid to late game, Cleanse is going to be super crucial. And also it's going to be really good, hopefully, for avoiding Rammus ganks as well.
It's easy to overlook the rust beneath the gilding, but I never miss a detail.
Hey, Masudi.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I will not tolerate
I've been using Kaisa as it can build any according... Oh,
anything you say can and will be used
30
against you.
seconds until minions.
I didn't have to keep it, that's fine. I've been using Kaisa as it can kind of build any according with your team / enemy team. Kaisa is very flexible in the mid to late game, but not flexible in the early game is the problem. So you don't necessarily get to shine in lane. I would say it's mostly depending on what your support is. Like, if you have the right support, I think you can navigate pretty much any matchup.
Is common.
I wrote that.
Minions have
But like, most of her flexibility comes later on, and if you don't have the right support, then she can actually suffer quite a bit in lane. And she doesn't even scale as well as she used to either.
Hot on the trail.
Can't really control that. You should have actually been standing at the edge of the brush, so if I warded, I didn't just get to land a free auto on him. He wanted to force my ward and then walk out.
Let's investigate.
I'm assuming Pantheon started his W, right? Ooh.
Boom. Headshot.
Oh, did I need to run Lethal Tempo here, by the way?
I'll
Maybe not, but it should be fine. It's gonna be really good for Rammus later on. Is she... Okay, wait, she has Ignite instead of Barrier. She seems not that great even for the elo. In Iron though, you can just have like insane skill discrepancies. Whoa. Can we try and get this guy maybe? Nice. Does he... He doesn't even have his top, by the way.
An easy collar.
God, I'm barely even winning this trade. Can't quite get that plating, but maybe on the next push, because we should try and push this anyway. We should push this, Lux. Don't start recalling. Don't abandon me. Okay, and she's randomly dead, so we should be able to crash this perfectly fine. Could be a free swim Pantheon there. I definitely can't do anything about it by myself, though. Yeah, that really should have been Lux's job, but it's Iron, so I can't really have too high expectations here. Is he gonna cancel me here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine there. I don't even have to cleanse there. I could tell he was more or less gonna die during the jump or right after it. Okay, well that's the start. I probably will just do Collector until Lord Dominic's. I definitely need Lord Dominic second for the Rammus, but overall I don't think their comp is really that tanky that I necessarily have to do Infinity Edge until Lord Dominic's. I think I'll scale just fine without the Infinity Edge rush.
I always aim to win.
But Lord Dominic's definitely gonna have to be obligatory against Rammus. This is my first ranked game ever? Oh god. Oh no. Yeah, like I said, the skill discrepancies in Arn can be like massive, because you can still like the very bottom of the ladder can be a mix of people who have been playing for like 5 years and just haven't gotten very good. But then people who are still so much worse than those people because they have exactly the same potential as those other people, but like 10 times less games. So they're obviously still gonna be a lot worse. But you literally cannot go any further to the bottom on the ladder, or at least like you're still gonna get matched with the other people anyway. Okay, that's an easy trap. Nice one. I guess I'll maybe try and focus on Misfortune's mistakes, the less obvious ones. And then in the mid to late game, we'll just focus on the macro. Oh, wow, I had a second trap there that forgot. Yeah, at the moment, it also certainly helps that we're playing Caitlyn Lux. We're able to abuse this matchup a lot more than if we had any other combo. Even when they do make mistakes, this matchup is just insanely punishing. You can try and place a trap behind her, so she's gonna walk into that. Oh, unfortunately I don't have a trap to place anymore, but that's fine. Ooh.
I must always be 3 steps ahead.
Ah, auto cancelled. Saving my Q because I knew that I didn't really need it to kill Pantheon. I knew that I could kill him slightly faster if I did, but overall, in case Misfortune was to turn onto me, well, I'm probably gonna die here, but we'll see. Did she just flash in front of that? Okay. Okay, he's got his W activated. I don't want to touch him anymore. At least for now. Okay, I think it's gonna be running out. Okay, I just barely have time to finish him. Let's get out of here. I'm not gonna try and shove in another wave. I don't know where the mid laner is. She might be roaming. Let's try and get into safety. This is a lazy recall, I think, from Lux. She should be accompanying me to wherever I want to go. Like, if I get that Belisandre here, I'm gonna have no help from Lux now, but I think we're gonna be fine. Legendary Lux play? Yeah, that was surprisingly good, wasn't it? I feel like she actually... I wasn't paying too much attention, but it looked like she just flashed in front of the Rammus queue for me, because I think I would have died overall if she didn't do that. Yeah, what the hell, that's crazy. Maybe it was about to run out anyway, but I don't know. The fact that she even thought to do it in the first place is kind of crazy. What rank is she? Iron 4, level 140, so probably not a smurf.
I am not Piltover's dog. I work for its people.
Weird. Oh, I thought I wouldn't kill that. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna start rotating over actually. I might be needed here. Ooh, actually I'm in trouble here. Let's try and get out. Okay, unfortunately not gonna happen. My bad, I guess I didn't realize how much damage I was taking. Looks like it was actually a mix of AoE from Lysandra, including her passive, and just damage from auto-attacking Rammus. When you add these all up, yeah, I literally lost half of my HP to just kind of like being in the area. No one actually really specifically focusing me. So I guess that explains that. What macro exists here? Nothing really special, to be honest. Like, just the only things I can do in macro-wise that I can point out is stuff like not overstaying, like recalling at the right moments. Overall, the strategy here is just push them in and keep killing them whenever they make mistakes. Nothing super advanced. Very basic.
As expected. I'm not here to serve. I'm here to protect.
Okay, we need to get some better vision as well. For now, I'm just gonna focus this, because I don't think we're immediately getting ganked by Rammus, right? I should be dead to this. Okay, nice. There was a Rammus indeed over there. We've already got the plating, so my focus here is gonna be to place my ward. Okay, they don't have a pink ward down.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, stop hitting.
Predictable.
Stop stealing my CS, bro. It's just kinda something you have to accept from loyalist support still. I'm not gonna make a big fuss out of it. Okay, if she can lock down Rammus, I'll place another trap. Doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to finish him. Actually, I shouldn't even be trying to hit him with that. I just need to get out. Oh. Okay, she's dead at least. Okay, that's probably as long as I can stay here. In the topic of overstaying, yeah, this would be overstaying, I think. Pantheon, even while trying to crash this, is clearly not going to crash this in time to make me miss farm. So I'll continue basing. We can get the Berserkers, because we're clearly needing to DPS quite a bit here. But yeah, definitely going for the Lord Dominic second item. Rammus obviously just wants to rush some armor. So we're going to deal significantly more damage to him by going Lord Dominic's over Infinity Edge, even if usually potentially Infinity Edge would make more sense as a first item. Second item. No, stop. So if I was paying attention, I could try and ping her away in advance to not serve that wave, but because I wasn't paying attention, unfortunately, I'm just losing a lot of farm to Lux. Oh, actually, she seems to be alone. There might be a Pantheon ult or something, but... Oh, I tried to press ult sooner. Okay, it's fine. I had cleanse in case I needed to skip Pantheon. So I can try and just say in the chat, Lux, stop farming, please. As kindly as I can, although it is kind of passive-aggressive by nature, I think. And hopefully that helps. But there's no point, like, throwing a hissy fit over it. Like, people in Loyal are gonna, like, steal your farm. If you don't like it, play mid lane. Overall, like, the enemy ADC usually has to go through the same thing. It shouldn't really stop you from climbing, it's just something that adds a little bit of frustration, but if you just accept that, you'll hopefully at least be a little bit less frustrated about it. Okay, I thought that she would run into the tower for protection, that's why I placed that E there, but that's fine. Either way, it still takes me out of the turret. So I'm not taking aggro from that. She tilted because she died to the Rammus gank, is that it? I don't think so, I think she's just being either a little bit careless or... Like in general, supports in very low elos just don't like realize the fact that like a lot of the time the support logic when they're farming while you're not in lane is like, but you're not even in lane, of course I should take the farm. Like it's better than it going to nobody. But if you're just wiping out the wave before I arrive, you know, potentially there was 2 CS from the wave that I wouldn't get, but the rest of it I would get. Now there's like 7 to 9 CS that I'm not gonna get, you know. But supports, if they thought about it, like if they looked at, You know, if they thought deeply into it, they would come to that conclusion themselves as well, but they're not thinking too deeply into it, so they're like, what, but you're not even in lane, of course I should take the farm. Okay, I guess Vlad doesn't want to rotate, that's fine, this is also normal for low elo. We don't make a big deal of the fact that he's not wanting to rotate, even though ideally I would keep on pressuring mid with Lux. Instead, we're just going to rotate back bot, and it's going to be spinning our wheels a little bit. We're not going to be able to accomplish much there, because we don't want to overextend all the way over here. Instead, we just rotate. And we shove it out as deep as we safely can, as we feel is safe. And then we rotate mid very briefly. We'll show that off in a sec. Rammus in the area makes it a bit risky for me to shove. Let's see if I can... Oh. Okay. Low harassing ult for the misfortune. Okay, I think I can probably shove in one more wave after this wave, but it's going to be a lot riskier to try and like shove this as fast as I can, then go for that next wave. Instead, I want to wait a little bit, wait for that wave to come a little bit closer into me. Now you see when I'm shoving this wave, I'm basically in the same spot that I was already in. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of people come for me now. Looks like Rammus is leaving already, so... Okay, we crashed that. And now I can rotate mid. It's not going to be for long, probably, because I can't crush it all the way into here. I could do that if I knew Rammus was top side. Oh, actually, we can just do the Drake. This is perfect. So we're just making sure that we maximize our CS in lane phase by continuing to obtain farm. Sorry, in a past lane phase by continuing to obtain farm. Unfortunately, I'm not able to actually do much useful on the map, but at least I can obtain a Drake, and my CS is still staying relevant. I could maybe try and choose Misfortune here, because she seems a little bit overextended. She didn't react in time to the threat of the Caitlyn walking up. Okay, that's fine, so she flashes away, so she gets to survive. But overall... at least we get something out of that. We see Rammus mid lane currently. He's staying for now. But so long as he's not actually on me, I should be safe to keep on pushing, I think. Yeah, I'm too late, obviously, to start rotating over to try and defend. I don't have any vision, so I don't see if Rammus is rotating bots. So I think I might just have to base here. I already have enough for Lord Dominic's anyway. Yeah, I can't just blindly assume that they're not going to rotate bot. So I'm gonna have to base.
No matter the situation.
Best ADC streamer for me, thanks for the content. No problem, man. Thank you for the compliment. Okay, we see Misfortune is going to be showing in this bot lane wave, so now I can start rotating over to bot. There was... I suppose I could have rotated bot, but the main best time to rotate bot is when there's a wave about to crash. So you can, like, stay slightly grouped mid and be around in case the fight is going to randomly, unexpectedly start. But when the wave is crashing, I'm needed to respond. Is she... did she just sneak into that brush? I can't see where she went, unfortunately. I don't want to just insta-shove here, because I don't know where Rammus is. I feel a little bit unsafe right now. Okay, I see him mid. I know for now I'm safe to push. Ideally, Lux would support me in the fact that I need to be getting farm bot, so she would get some vision for me, so I know I'm at least partially safe to push sometimes, but we don't have vision and we just adapt and we only push when we see Rammus was mid. Yeah, so I crashed that. Obviously can't keep on pushing the tier 2. Bear in mind, like, my teammates are pinging me, it's whatever. I couldn't really do anything about that, and you might think, oh, but you could have been there. Well, so could Misfortune, but she wasn't because she was responding to me, right? My team just lost, what, a 4v4 or 3v3? I don't know, but it's not like they were disadvantaged because their ADC wasn't here. I'm just doing the best I can to keep my farm up without taxing my Vlad super heavily. So that, like, yeah, the game isn't going well for now, but because I'm maintaining relevant farm, I'm always going to stay strong, and that's going to give me a decent chance of carrying this game. Me staying perma group mid and getting very little farm, or Vlad gets very little farm as a result, and then potentially still losing the fights anyway because I'm still not strong enough to carry as a 2-item ADC. That's not going to help me carry this game. Oh, hang on. Okay, I need to potentially respond to this Misfortune again. So long as Misfortune keeps shoving in waves, I need to keep rotating bot to respond to them, so I can't just be permanently grouped. As much as that would be nice. This is why as the losing ADC, you still have to keep that pressure up on the sideline as well, to force the enemies to keep responding to you. Like, even though she's pretty much useless, she's, you know, 2 and 7. She keeps forcing us to respond, which means I'm not permanently grouped and I don't get to use my lead to carry this game. To try and carry this game, anyway. Okay, do I feel confident enough to keep on pushing? Maybe not. See... Okay, I think I can, actually. The only person that can possibly come from here right now is Ramus. Oh, is he actually gonna try and solo kill? I guess I'll cleanse. Okay. His W is out. It's up now, but I think I can finish him. Nice one, nice one. Okay, that was unexpected of him to just try and solo kill me there. Fortunately, because I have the Lord Dominic second, like if I had Infinity Edge, I'm 100% sure I couldn't kill him there. And potentially... I don't know if I would die overall with the cleanse, maybe I'm just too safe, but... Nice. Yeah, so at the moment, I'm definitely not doing much with my lead. I've obtained 1 or 2 kills, but overall, like, I'm not really impacting the map at all. That's okay. A low elo macro is so messy that it can take a while for you to impact the map. At some point, there will have to be a fight, though, where I can actually participate. Can just pick up whatever mid lane farm there is to pick up here. And then again, we can see Vlad is not rotating bot. If I wanted to put in the effort, I could try pinging bot and try typing in chat, Vlad, could you go bot so that I can actually stay group mid? If he was willing to do that, that would be the ideal thing to do. But I'm just going to assume that he's not willing to do that. And it also shows you what you should do in this situation if the mid laner doesn't want to rotate at all. Okay, I think the enemies all might be bot side for Drake, so I need to be a little bit cautious here. I could try ulting Misfortune when she appears in vision, by the way. Because I'm unsafe to push, I'm just gonna, I guess, gonna freeze here. For now. She doesn't have much sustain, so these ults are really annoying for her. Okay, we actually see some enemies on the map now. We see Pantheon and Lissandra and Ramus. I know that I'm good to push now. So in the process where I was freezing, not only was I really safe, but also managed to deny like a full wave from Misfortune since it wasn't safe for her to walk up to me. Now I can see that I can fully commit to shoving in this wave completely. I could potentially rotating there could also be an option, but this is the more guaranteed outcome where I just get an extra wave. I can't keep on pushing that turret because I'm too easy to collapse on, but I can start rotating now. Who is pinging me overall? I'm gonna ping Diana. If there's anybody else pinging me, I'm gonna mute them as well. Okay, they might want to do Drake here. Okay, my team are not bot side, so I'm gonna have to let that happen, unfortunately. Okay, they don't have vision here, I don't think, so somebody should run into this. Oh my god, he almost died.
The law bends for no one.
Here, they're not on that. I could have ulted Misfortune again, actually, while she was in vision. Okay, I just need one more wave, and then I can base for Infinity Edge, and then is when I'm going to be really huge, and then I'm actually confident that if I get into a fight, I actually carry it. 2 out of ADC, not so strong. 3 out of ADC, quite so strong. There's kind of a chance that I die here if I overextend, but I think I'm fine, actually. We see Ramus mid now. Even if he didn't show up, I was just going to have to take the risk, I think. Do I keep on shoving, actually? Yeah, if Misfortune shows up, I can maybe abuse her. Or maybe I'll just rotate for this fight. Or I can... Yeah, actually, if I flank Misfortune here, if she doesn't have a ward, then she should die. There we go. We'll shove out this wave and immediately start recalling. Or I'll just kite backwards into the turret. Because it might try and collapse from here. There could be a Pantheon Lissandra, I suppose. I don't know where else. Not Lissandra, sorry. Aurelia. It looks like I'm fine, though. I'll keep an eye on the map while I'm recalling. Okay. I'm 3.5 items. Like, basically, Crickloak is most of the Far Cannon build path. So I'm actually insanely strong right now. Clearly I've just been spinning my gears for, I don't know, like the past 10 minutes. I've achieved basically nothing. Like I haven't taken a turret or won a team fight or anything. Just had like one Drake since lane phase ended. But that's fine because I'm staying strong, so I know when this game suddenly does explode, I'm gonna be huge and I have a really good chance of carrying it. Also at this point I can start neglecting maybe the bot lane turret a little bit and actually start and bot lane farm as well in general, because it's not so important for me to farm now that I'm actually already strong. It was very important for me to get strong. Now that I'm strong, it's a little bit more important to try and impact the map. Hello, Lissandra. We can place a trap under her. Caitlyn is very good into Lissandra for this reason. Oh, Zhonya's, that's fine. We're very, very good into Zhonya's too. Okay, I think we'll actually go top. Somebody should eventually respond to this, but it looks like they're not fully committed onto body there, and we have a Herald, which we can place mid, while I'm going to be pushing top. Getting a lot of farm there. Like, everything there is scary. It's scary, I know, like, leaving all this stuff undefended, but we can hopefully try and match it. We don't necessarily need to all recall as a team. Ideally, one person would deal with this. Oh. I'll cleanse that. Okay, that was kind of unexpected. That she would try and all in me when she was already 20% HP, otherwise I wouldn't have started channeling ult, but that's fine. Thanks to cleanse, it's not even really close. Oh. Okay, nice. Very unlucky for him that he didn't kill Lux. Looks like overall this could have gone quite a bit better for our team. They ended up dying. Kind of scared of getting collapsed on there, so I didn't want to stay. Plus, there's a lot of farm to get if we recall. I had most of that wave, now let's rotate over here and get most of this wave. Maybe I even kill Rammus here, actually. Probably not, but I can try ulting. Yeah, I don't do enough damage to him with ult, unfortunately. If I landed the Q, probably, but wasn't really gonna happen. Okay, now I can actually get full crit build. That means I'm not quite full build, but I've got 100% crit, which is full build in a sense. In a weird way of looking at it. I was already huge, now I'm colossal. Well, it's mainly my poke capabilities that have been amplified, and also my DPS. Which is very good for Rammus, for example. Okay, nice. I managed to preserve my headshot, which could be huge if I'm going to try and one-shot someone here. Or poke somebody with my fire cannon. Ooh, didn't quite get into range. That's fine. Maybe my E comes back up in time to try that again. It's a little bit risky. I don't want to E forwards if I'm going to be potentially at risk, but... Okay. If I landed the Q, he would have been dead because of the preserving of the headshot. So I'm going to just preserve my headshot here as well. Fuck it, I'll let Vlad have the CS. Oh, he didn't take it. Okay, I should have queued it then, I suppose. But yeah, like, because there's so much value in me holding my headshot, I didn't even want to take that cannon. You holding your headshot can literally just make such a huge difference. It could be the difference between a kill or not. A one-team fight. Oop. If nobody blocks, she's dead. That flash, though. Yeah, so this game I think is overall a perfect example of the macro that you need to carry low elo games, or like just even to min-max your win potential in low elo games. Even if you don't have the mechanics or skill to carry games, this is gonna at least increase your chances if you follow the game plan that I was doing earlier, where I'm just maximizing my farm and not really impacting the map at all, unfortunately, for the early mid game, just because of how my team kept taking fights when I was in a position where I had to push. Nice. I don't know why I kept rotating there, by the way. Apparently we should be in mid, because they placed a herald there. Let's see if I can maybe clean it up, though. I got a headshot charged. Maybe I can kill Lissandra or someone with that. She died to 2 autos. She's dead as well. Holy shit. Nice one. So, it certainly helps that I have 22 kills to carry a team fight like that, but another big factor again is just the near 10 CS per minute, which actually is kind of crazy, because I remember I pretty much left lane phase with 6 CS per minute. So for the past 15 minutes, I've had something like 12 to 13 CS per minute to make up for that.
Perimeter secured.
Okay, they're pretty much all dead, so... Wait, I'm taking so much damage here, holy shit. Crap. Ah, I fucked that up, my bad. Should've just accepted my death. Even if I could save myself using both of my summoners there, I shouldn't have done it. The main thing that I could do better there was I should have had better trap placement on the Pantheon ult, then maybe I wouldn't even need to use any summoners to escape. Imagine if you are bronze Caitlyn in this game, like a full division over the rest, it is most likely a lost game. Maybe, but I don't feel like I've had to do much special this game in terms of mechanically outplaying. Like I'm sure like an actual bronze player would maybe find a lot of ways to fuck up a lot of the plays that I did well in. But I wouldn't say it's like unwinnable for the average player. I think mainly macro alone would be good to give yourself a decent shot. They're too low, so I just trap forwards aggressively and try and clean up. I know that I'm untouchable there. Upgraded boost better than a pot? Honestly, I don't know. I suppose maybe not. Didn't really think about it. Should we do Baron? Yeah, we probably can. I'm just gonna shove out this wave. Make sure they don't have a chance to push in.
Never a dull moment.
And we'll rotate over. Nice one. Hello, Yeet. Okay, I no longer really need to farm. I'm all past full build. It's not really any upgrades I can make to my build.
By a long shot.
Vlad can have that. In fact, actually, so I should just charge my headshot and that's it. Got my headshot charged. I'm ready to rip on anyone who gets into my sight. Okay, he's not sticking around to shove it in this wave, so I'll do it for him.
What others do not.
Headshot charged, the rest of the minions we clear with a Q. Ooh. Won't be able to get him range for a trap in time, so we'll just start guessing. Whoa. Why didn't she just ult me? I don't think it makes a huge difference. Without any follow-up from her team, I wasn't gonna struggle there. Honestly, I was a bit impatient here. I should have just held on to my headshot and let my team finish off that Drake, I think. Finishing off the Drake a little bit faster I don't think is as important as keeping my headshot charged. Because you just never know when that's gonna make a difference. Okay, we charged it up.
Call for a sheriff.
Oh, got eaten up by the Pantheon. Okay. Okay, misfortune. I felt like I wasted that headshot. I should have used that on Rammus. She was already basically dead. Okay, we can finish off a rally here. Nice one. Yeah. And that's how you play the macro in a very low elo. GG. On a side note, you don't need gold. Nope, but I do really need to stack up the headshot. That's really important. So even though I don't need the gold, there was still some minions that I needed to last hit, just because I needed to hit them. And I was one-shotting them, so I couldn't avoid last hitting them. But by this stage, I potentially could have actually killed Misfortune in a single auto if she got into my range while I had a headshot charged. God, my damage. Did more than double the damage of anybody else in this game. But look at my gold as well. Like, I was almost as much like I literally had double the gold of anyone else as well. So of course my damage is going to be off the charts. Certainly most of that gold was from these 30 kills, but what helped me get to those 30 kills was just the farm that I was able to maintain. I think probably just because I was so much higher reload than those other players, if I had just ignored bot lane and just grouped mid from the start, potentially I would have been winning the fights anyway, and I would have gotten equally fed, and the game would have been equally as much of a carry. But that's a big risk for me compared to actually playing the macro properly and just staying grouped on bot lane. The only way I could possibly lose that game, I think, was if I just gave up on the macro and tried to carry team fights, and then potentially I just maybe got unlucky once or twice, and the team fight, or maybe the team fights weren't actually carryable. Then I start losing team fights and I start falling behind. That was the only way I could possibly lose that game. Vapor, can we get some Sivir? Maybe. I'm just playing whatever I think is good for the situation. Generally, actually, it's nice if I get the last pick or something like that. Wait, this guy picks at the same round as me. I'm trolling. Let's see if... Okay, he didn't notice. Nice. It's so hard for me to settle in sometimes coming from top lane and being so much more fragile. Yeah, you have to use a little bit of common sense. I suppose some players trying to side lane, like me that game, would have died a couple of times just not knowing when they had to chill. Like that time when I was freezing near my turret, potentially somebody else would have just been pushing and gotten collapsed on. You do kind of have to be smart about it. You can't... Like, this game I think was actually very risky for me to side lane. And it limited a lot what I could do. There was not a single point where I could just go for the tier 2 turret, which I think sometimes you can do, especially in low elo. But there was always the risk of a Pantheon ult collapse, of a Rameskew collapse, and they had so much control over the map that the risk of a collapse was always big, no matter who it was coming from. So I had to play it smart. Morgana, so that could potentially be another good Caitlyn game again. Okay, we already see the enemy bot line as well. I think it just makes perfect sense to go for Caitlyn again.
I'm on the case.
Is this your main job, or do you have another job as well? No, content creation is my only job. Mainly YouTube, but also doing a little bit more of streaming these days as well. Sorry that he sees as well, please. Don't worry, I definitely don't plan on just spamming Caitlyn all day today. But Caitlyn is really good with Lux and she's really good with Morgana, so the fact that these two got picked back to back is just a strong indicator that Caitlyn is probably going to be quite good. I don't think there's anything else that synergizes as well with these picks as Caitlyn does. I'll check though what stat sites say about it. Yeah, with Morgana, definitely the best by far is Caitlyn, and with Lux, best is Neela. What? And actually, Ezreal and Jhin are actually quite decent as well. So maybe I could have done one of those. Well, not this game actually though. Last game I could have done that. Do we want lethal tempo this game? Yeah, I think it's fine here. Tristana's going to be forcing some fights in lane, is what we should expect, so some DPS could be quite solid. You're hella underrated, I'll be honest. Maybe. I just try my best. Is this actually a full iron lobby? Yeah, it is. Not a single bronze. It's very low on Momara, this account. Shouldn't take too long to climb out of iron though when you just have 100% win rate, which is what I would expect from iron. I could maybe lose some games in bronze, but losing games in iron feels unlikely. I've even won 3v5s in iron before. Do you alt rune sets for certain matchups? Based on like lane temperament? Alternate, I assume you mean. A little bit. It depends on the ADC. Killing, for example, has a choice of either fleet or lethal tempo. If you even wanted to do a lethality build, which I suppose was an option, you could do, you know, half lethality anyway. You could do first strike. Maybe it even works with crit, but personally it's not my personal preference. I wouldn't run it unless I was doing like an opportunity or Yomu's build. Should I have run cons here? No. We're playing with Morgana. It's fine. Plus, against Tristana, you really want that barrier. Every little extra tankiness you can get against Tristana is quite valuable. Because she has so much burst, but once that burst is over, her DPS is not that great, even with her Q. Yeah, it depends on the ADC. Some ADCs you can just run the same runes basically every game. Like Jinx, for example, I don't think I ever make any adjustments ever. Any tips to improve either when reflecting, losing, and getting stumped? What's the mindset to have? You want to look at the like little moments that cause these losses, not like, oh, I lost a team fight, damn, what could I have done better here? It's like, no, a lot of the time you lost that team fight because you were down a lot of gold because you fucked up the rest of the game, you know? So when you die in lane, you need to think about like what caused this. You can also, if you have generally low CS per minute throughout the game, try and look at the moments where you're not getting much CS and think to yourself, what could I have done better here? Like, could I have been on some other part of the map? Could I have been like farming raptors? In general, what is costing me here, CS here? And you're not necessarily going to get the answer right away, but just thinking about these things as opposed to not thinking about these things is gonna go a long way towards helping you figure it out eventually. You only play League or other games? I basically only play League, really. Sometimes other games like Rocket League with friends, but it's basically only with friends. I do really enjoy Cyberpunk, but I uninstall that because otherwise I get really addicted to it. Is he reading YouTube chat or just Twitch? Twitch chat is the main one I'm reading because it's like closer to my vision. I try and read YouTube chat as much as I can as well, but I literally just don't notice a lot of the messages. And I don't have time to read absolutely everything, so I'm sorry if I miss anything. You have better chances of having your message read if you type on Twitch. But anyway, we want to try and harass Tristana before the level 2 as much as we can. But in general, so long as we're getting the push, that's fine as well. Okay, she's got the bomb on us, we disengage. If she wants to trade back now that she's in our wave, that's fine. Already kind of fucked up, I shouldn't be lower HP than Tristana. I suppose it's fine, because Lux has already missed out on some HP at least. We'll level traps, because if Morgana lands a trap... sorry, a W, a Q, sorry, we want to be able to combo that. Any little damage that we can land on Tristana, even if it's just like a pass-through Q, passing through the minions, is really valuable. This should be Lux dead, I believe. Yep, nice. Okay, nice. I would assume, yeah, Tristana's running barrier, so I believe she still has that. Oh, she should be dead here. Even with the barrier, it doesn't matter. She's just... Oh, she actually managed to escape in time. Okay. The lockdown didn't last long enough. Suppose I could have tried to flash trap in range in time, but... Oh. Too risky. I'm gonna take... No, I'm gonna take direct damage trying to place my trap there. I don't think that was a good time for me to try and follow that up, unfortunately. If I'd queue up, which I assume I didn't, then I could have tried to follow up with that, but that was it. I don't know where the enemy jungler is. I'm a little bit scared here. I don't know how hard I want to try and commit towards a kill, but I also want to... The awkward thing is that if I go place a ward, then I'm missing out on this opportunity to focus this plating. Oh, don't use Ryu in the whiff. Yeah, I also don't want to place a ward when I can just recall instead. So we got the plating. Let's peace out now. Hopefully Morgana will just recall here. What I definitely don't want her to do is to use her W on this wave. I can't prevent it though. So I've already spam pinged her back. She's clearly not listening. I'm not gonna be... I'm not gonna do anything that might make her angry and might make her troll. I continue to spam ping her back. And I'm not gonna like call her slurs in chat either. I'm just gonna accept that this is the situation. My support is griefing me a little bit, unintentionally or intentionally. It doesn't really matter which way it is. It's happening and, you know, we just deal with it. No point getting distressed over this. Like, if this is something that's happening to you pretty much every game in Iron, well, it's not ideal, but you can accept it. It'll greatly improve your quality of life. Trust me. Okay, nice. She clearly can't trade back onto me because we're in a 1v2 lane, so me just trapping into her. Sorry, netting into her so that I can hit her with the headshot is very valuable. That's easily a good use of my 75 mana and also of my net cooldown. Happens even in Master? Very, very rarely. I remember one time I made a big deal out of it, like posting a clip of it. Because it was like so mind-blowingly bad that my Master supports stayed in that situation and like AoE'd my wave in that scenario. It is so insanely rare. Okay, definitely time to play some vision. Actually, we see Yorick. He's in a flank position, so I'm not gonna try and punish Lux for too long here. I'm gonna place a ward behind us, I suppose, to see if Yorick is flanking, and maybe also check the golems. He's not behind us right now. Here he is. This Yorick is really low. He shouldn't be trying to get me here anymore. There might be a Tristana follow-up. That would be fine. Okay, I get hit by the Lux Q. I've still got barrier, so overall I'm confident I would survive if Tristana jumped on me. Okay, nice. It's not smart of Yorick, clearly, to be trying to turn on me there when he had 20% HP. He ends up surviving, but it does end up being a bad fight for his team. And I potentially could have maybe flashed him to finish him off, but I wasn't confident enough that I would survive if I flashed forwards. I needed to save it in case I needed to flash backwards. Oh shit, he's back. Shit. Okay. Did she not have cooldowns? I figured that she was probably gonna get close enough to me that we could trade 1-for-1. I guess because of my auto attack range, she didn't actually get an auto attack range, but could she really not ability me either? That was surprising. I didn't expect that to be just a clean kill. But I'll take it. Alright, I need to rush into lane ASAP. I can't wait for a quick look, because this wave is gonna kill my wave really fast, and if it's fortunate someone shows up to crash it, then it's also gonna die even faster, so I need to rush into lane as fast as I can. Funny how Vapora has to consider Morgana's fragile ego. Jesus, no, ego. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You don't know how people are going to react to you being insistent. Insistent is not, I think, a bad quality. Like, if you really want to emphasize to your support, like, no, you shouldn't be doing this. Please don't do it. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. But, you know, we all know from experience, it is going to lead to bad results. People's egos will get hurt and they will lash out. It's not everybody, but a lot of the time it's going to happen, and you want to avoid it clearly because it's not good for climbing to have your teammates troll half your games. So yeah, you'd have to be a little bit careful about how insistent you are in trying to get your supports to stop farming. Whatever you try and say to them to try and get them to stop, you have to try and word it as politely as possible and not force it too hard if they're not listening to you. Oh man. Ooh, there should be a kill on Lux. Oh, I can't quite reach the Annie, but I can finish her with ult if needed. That's fine, not needed. Okay, we give up the Drake. Maybe that was on, like, my bad. Maybe I could have shoved in the wave sooner, or maybe I could have rotated without shoving in the wave. I wasn't really paying attention, I was talking about, you know, the fragile ego thing. But it's fine. Overall, the outcome is much more positive to us than it was to them. Yeah, exactly. Drake for 4 kills is not a good trade in any world. Maybe for Soul, maybe. Oh, that's fine. I was not being very careful there. If I didn't have lethal tempo stacks, I think I would have lost that. Is she gonna... Ah, she won't die, unfortunately. Whoa! 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 You clearly weren't gonna die there. What? Flash? Oh wait, I'm trolling here. I'm probably dead. It's what I deserve. Let's see if Trist walks into the trap. She does. Holy crap, I guess I live then? I have barrier if I need it. I can't really walk here to follow up against the Lux. I just have to wait for her to waste her skill shots and try and shove in the wave. Fortunately, Morgana kills her by herself. Okay, I don't know why Tristana didn't just immediately jump on me, because I 100% should have died there. That is really lucky that she just didn't know how to play that situation. I didn't not do much special there. Like, it's not a huge outplay that allowed me to live, it's literally just I got lucky that her response wasn't adequate.
Even the smallest clue can break a case.
Okay, my Morgana can go for the plating, I just need the base. Yeah, we can definitely go for Infinity Edge second item, so I'm gonna wait a little bit for the pickaxe, that's worth. Quick question, are you always smurfing? I swear I always see you on a smurf. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I streamed on a main account, or even off stream that I played on my main account. I don't really play League for fun too much, it's almost always for content. And the best content, if I'm doing like educational content for low elo players, is low elo content, so that's what I focus on. If I was playing for fun, I would at least play in high-low, like, probably most of the time, really, because I'm kind of bored of smurfing. I've done way too much smurfing. Like, I would just spam Aphelis in high-low, but spamming Aphelis is not what I want to do if I want to, like, get views or, like, provide the most educational content for my viewers possible, because a lot of people aren't interested in Aphelios. He's, like, too different from most ADCs. And playing Aphelis in high-low is also, again, just not the greatest move, both if I want views and also if I want to actually provide educational value. A lot of people might, like, not like educational content and think that it's unethical or whatever, but I do think it is just the best content to make to actually help people. Obviously, I'm not helping the enemies that I'm beating, but, you know, for everybody who's viewing, I think it is more useful overall to see how a high-low player navigates low-elo than it is to see them navigate high-low, which is like an entirely different game to what you're playing. Misfortune, or sorry, Lux wasted her shield, didn't she? So I can harass Tristana. Close, she almost died there. Whoa, damn, okay. That's sad. Oh well, flash for flash could be worse. Once I got Tristana that really low, by the way, I no longer really had to be afraid of the Lux Q. That again, this time it wasn't. It was sort of an outplay, of course, that I managed to dodge the Lux Q. Not everybody could do that. But the thing is, even if I get hit by Lux Q, I maybe take some damage, but if Tristana tried to follow up, she was so low she would just get one shot, right? That's why I could afford to take that risk. The last time I did that, it was really dumb, because you could see that once I got hit by the Lux Q, it took Tristana being, like, playing it really bad for me to actually live. This time there was no such thing. This was always going to be a good scenario for me once I got Tristana that low in the first place. I would try and play more aggressively there again as well, but I'm not sure that I would survive if I get ganked by Yorick, so I'm just gonna start recalling. Should put a smurfing disclaimer in each game. Would that help?
One must never start an investigation without first examining the evidence.
Dunno. I would love to see some Hilo Fellas gameplay. I mean, I would like to play it, but I had to stop doing it because it wasn't getting any views anymore. It was like when I was... It used to be that I would like only make Smurf content. And maybe it got really stale or something, because when I switched to doing some Hilo content, the Hilo content was actually doing really well, which surprised me. Like, it was basically a Fellows only in Hilo, and people were clearly enjoying it because it was getting views, right? So like, oh great, this is exactly what I want to be doing anyway, so I'll keep doing it. But as I kept doing it, it stopped getting views, because I think people were getting bored of it. And it's to the point now where anything that Hilo that I upload, it doesn't get views, and only the Smurfing content gets views, so... Yeah, like the Hilo stuff I guess only works when it's new, not so much when it's like something regular that I do. So eventually I'll do some Hilo content for sure, but it's just not, it can't really be my focus. Okay, so at the moment the spot lane wave is really pushed in, so I don't need to immediately rotate over there. We can rotate mid. Maybe we can make a play on Annie if she's not being careful enough. I'll try and headshot net into her, sorry. Oh, she's dead. Perfect. Okay, so that was a bit reckless from her. Usually we wouldn't be able to actually get a kill there. I'll make sure we're helping the team get the turret, make sure that goes down. Perfect. Now I'm gonna rotate bot. But basically, during the time that Tristana spends shoving in this wave, I have that small window to rotate mid and just see what happens. Sometimes it's ganking the enemy mid laner and killing them. Sometimes it's just like doing some turret damage after helping my mid laner push in the wave. Sometimes it's just literally being there and just being around in case a fight happens, so that I can impact the game by participating in that fight and being like a counter ganker. But either way, just doing anything there is better than just, you know, just hanging around bot and not actually doing anything. If it's not actually safe to push in the bot lane with. But yeah, that was the difference from the previous game, is usually in the previous game I couldn't even push in the bot lane waves that far, so I barely had any time that I could rotate mid at all. This game I actually got to, well, in that moment at least, I actually got to rotate and do something on the map. How much CS per minute did I end the game on? 8.5 still, so pretty decent. Like, even if you get griefed by your support, it's, you know, so long as you have good fundamentals, it shouldn't stop you having pretty high CS per minute. It maybe in lane phase it should be lower than it should be, but especially in the mid to late game, it is so easy to just pick it back up. Like in the previous game, I went from like 6.5 to like 10.5 CS per minute when I transitioned from lane phase into mid to late game. ADC is sort of rough for content creation because of how long the game is resource farming. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day because I was looking at some guy's channel. Like, he just recently created, within the past 2 months, a channel where he's playing like Master Yi top only. And I was like, what the hell? Like, he's getting like 2,000 to 5,000 views a video minimum, which is really, really good for somebody who has just started doing YouTube. And the thumbnails weren't good. I would say the titles weren't good. But I watched his videos and it was actually very interesting to watch. It was just doing Unranked Master on Master Yi. So basically similar to what I do on ADC, but it was just Master Yi top. But I was like, this is such a niche pick. Nobody plays this. Who could want to watch educational content for a champion they don't even play? But I was watching it and the games were just really entertaining because he was like level 2 turret diving basically every single game with this really cheesy playstyle. It was just fun to watch, but there's no sort of equivalent I could do on ADC. Maybe if I played like Draven or Tristana, but even then, you're so limited in what you can do aggressively because your support has to be on the same page. Like, if I'm playing Tristana, Janna, I can't just jump into a Nautilus Xayah lane, right? In fact, a lot of that lane is going to be waiting for the enemies to make moves, and if they don't, then I'm just farming. You know, and it's just not as interesting to watch, I guess.
No cure for fools.
Are you into sports? Do you support a football team? Nah, I don't really watch any sport at all. Definitely not football. As someone who smurfs a lot, when you actually see differences in the skill, I played on a smurf to duo with a friend as different roles, but his account was gold, mine iron. I got 2 iron to silver 1 in a single weekend. Hang on, let me think about my pick. Maybe see if I can swap with my support. Nice. Honestly, didn't think there was that much of a difference between gold / plat and iron. So, no, in iron, definitely I really see the skill difference for sure. And if I'm looking at the difference between silver and plat, for example, it might be harder to put my finger on exactly what is different. What I do know is that my win rate in silver is very, very, very consistently much, much, much higher than my win rate in plat. So the players have to be better. Doesn't matter that I can't identify exactly where. They just are. They just are better. Whereas in iron, you just see people just walking into very clear deaths, you know? Hang on, what do we want to pick here? Gonna be playing with a Blitzcrank into a Jhin. We could play a Phelios, or we could play Smolder. Okay, let's do Smolder. Smolder should be decent with Blitzcrank, because every time Blitzcrank lands a combo... Let me just look up the optimal runes for Smolder. I haven't played him in a while. Okay, it's Fleet. Yeah, every time that Blitzcrank lands his hook, I can just land my full combo on it, and like his lockdown from his QE, for example, is long enough that I can pretty much consistently land my ult every time, I should hope. So I can just immediately ult and then WQ, and we land a lot of stacks every time we do a full combo, so it doesn't even matter necessarily if they don't die, because, you know, obviously Smolder doesn't have the greatest early game, he doesn't have a ton of early game damage, doesn't have a super high amount of burst. At least we get a lot of stacks from that. That's really nice. And, you know, his focus is burst. It's really DPS where he lacks. His burst is not so bad. So if we can guarantee to land our full combo, that's pretty much the best thing we could hope for with Smolder. He does work quite well with some lockdown. And if are we facing a Shen here? A Shen support? Yeah, we are. So that's a tanky support who wants to go in. So that's also really good for us. Because if we're perma-fighting, we're permanently landing our abilities as well. For Smolder, I still see tons of people go Trinity Force, Mana Moon, Shojin when he clearly now has crit scalings. Actually, I don't even know what build I would run. Let me check. I have tried crit on him recently and it felt fine. So his best performing build at the moment does seem to actually be crit. I can't remember when the last time they modified his crit scalings was, whether it was after the after the buff where I last played him, or whether they buffed it even further since then. But it does look to be performing really well with either Essence Reaver into Infinity Edge into Farkanen, or Essence Reaver into Shojin into Infinity Edge. But definitely leaning towards full crit seems to be ideal here. We're gonna try that. Does he see YouTube chat? Yeah, a little bit, but I'm not paying as much attention as to his chat. It's just harder to see it with my setup. Went to buy Cullen boots on first base and went to buy Dirk. If you can afford Dirk, you always go for Dirk. Don't question it. You only go for Cole if you really can't afford anything else, but on any ADC that can do Serrated Dirk rush, they can do longswords, so probably you shouldn't do Cole. Especially if you're rushing Collector, which is such a big early power spike. You probably don't want to be delaying that, so I wouldn't really do Cole at all in that circumstance. I thought Smolder goes Resolve second, Bone Plating just for survivability, doesn't need the late game runes cause stacks. I believe he wants to maximize his ability haste if possible. So, Transcendence, quite nice. Legend Haste, quite nice. Sure, the AD from Gathering Storm isn't that important, but especially because we're rolling crit, we're actually building some more damage amplifiers, right? So any damage we get, such as from Gathering Storm, is actually more useful with this build than it will be with any other build as well.
Minions have spawned.
Stay on my claws, like Mom always says. Roar, 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 roar.
Yeah, I guess whether we do Shojin second or Infinity Edge second. Ooh. Yeah, we'll level Q. Get some DPS here. Not much, but... Ooh. Okay, I landed my second Q. That's already 2 stacks. Not bad. Obviously, he was a little bit late to react there. I don't think he was paying attention. Also didn't have his ADC there, so that was a bit weird overall. Is Jin just AFK or what? There's no sign of him. Okay, there's Jin. Okay, we don't have a good support for abusing that position. I need to wait for Bliss to actually land a hook, so I need to retreat there. Can't actually be forcing trades if it's actually going to be 2v2. Even if Shen is low. Okay, we ignore the CS and just focus Jhin. Whoa. Whoopsie. Oh crap, I'm actually dead. What the hell is that Shen damage? That was entirely Shen, right? Yeah, what the... How did I get one-shot by a Shen? Huh? What the hell? 83 damage from Jhin. Through my barrier, bro. What? Wow, that was unexpected. Yeah, a bit unfortunate as well. I didn't realize they were about to hit level 2. The moment they hit level 2, I'm already fucked here in this position. I should have, I guess, flashed the Shen at taunt, but I didn't expect to die.
Everything's mine to play with.
Ah, damn it. Well, okay, I'll respect the Shen a lot more now that I realize he can do that.
Hey Mom, what are the fire thingies next to my ears called? Okay.
3.
When we hit level 3, potentially we can look to fight again because I'll be full HP and they won't be. Nice, I'm landing a lot of... I'm getting a lot of extra stacks from hitting my W on both of them. Okay, we want to fight now if we can. Oh, crap. Okay. I don't think we should let them base. Yeah, nice. I hope I had my mana refunded there. Okay, I got my 25 stacks power spike already. That's pretty big to have this early. We're actually getting so many stacks, mainly because I keep landing so many double Ws. Do I get any more mana per cost? No. Okay, time to crash this as best as we can. I'm not gonna use my W though, I think, because... No, actually, I suppose I can. I've got no mana now, though. Okay, huge. Well done, guys. Oh, we're getting TP'd on here. Who is it? Malzahar. I suppose that would have been fine. Alright, time to recall.
Can I get something? Pretty please.
An enemy has been slain.
I think I prefer this more than going Caulfields, because I get 5 more AD, only 5 less ability haste. Do I prefer 5 AD over 5 ability haste? Probably.
The whole time you were looking for me on those pretty islands, I was on another pretty island.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Jin seems to be walking into lane through here. Oh, there's Shen. Hopefully I'm fine this time. Yeah, no sign of me getting one-shot by Shen this time. Oh crap, that trap. I'm fine though. Didn't have barrier, I suppose. I've got barrier in case I do need to survive the Shen, but that's fine. Didn't have a Z back up in time. Fuck, I'm not gonna get this plating. Oh well. Obviously I'll happily trade the plating for a double kill. Okay, 2 Qs and I'm one-shotting casters, this is pretty nice. Down to base, I'm missing too much HP to keep on laning here. If Shen is smart, he will look into these brushes and cancel me. But he's lazy, so he's not going to do that. That would have been the ideal move, though. You can get away with very gritty recalls in iron, in bronze, in silver, in gold, in most elos. Really, until like maybe 200 LP master, people are just not really consistent and actually looking to cancel bases. It's really bad because it's just so basic, I feel like. I don't know if it's just laziness or what, but people just don't do it. Ooh, he just barely doesn't die, at least not yet. There we go, perfect. Nice one. Pulled right into the small door. Actually, I guess a really big factor with that as well is not only is he locking them down, but because he's bringing them towards us, and the ult travels from, like, behind me, it literally brings Jhin closer to where the ult is gonna land. Obviously helps in this scenario that Jhin was already really low when he got hooked, so any ADC really could have been killing Jhin there, but I do really like the synergy, I think, between Smolder and Blitzcrank.
I was just looking.
Second item. So I think really what we're going to decide, whether we want to do Infinity Edge or Shojin second on is going to be whether we're facing like a tanky comp that we need to kill faster, or whether we're facing like kind of assassin damage focused comp where we want to survive it. Because a big factor in the Shojin, like obviously the main reason Smolder likes it is for the ability haste, which translates into more stacks and therefore more damage, but it's not quite as much damage as Infinity Edge. So the only other factor to consider there is the HP. Shojin gives HP, Infinity Edge doesn't. HP is going to help a lot if we actually want to survive assassins or like divers like Aurelia, for example. But especially against Evelyn, the Shojin might actually be quite decent. And she's already got 3 kills, so we can see the Evelynn is actually fed. A little bit, at least. So I think the Shojin second item is going to make a lot of sense this game. So we'll delay the full crit build just a little bit while we go Shojin. And from there we just continue with the full crit. I think that makes a lot of sense in this game. You see that burst? Like, they just got AoE annihilated. I think I'm fine to fight Evelynn here. I'm literally so mini blocked I cannot do anything else anyway. Got her. And I still had Bearing Kiss and needed it. Awesome.
Did you see that, Mom? I smoked 'em.
Oh my god. It's all good. I've nearly got the plating. There we go, I just need to make sure I'm not dying to a Jin W or something. He does have ult, so I need to actually walk really far back. I cannot just trust in him to not look to cancel my base / kill me.
Over there.
I pretty much need to see what he's doing before I can feel comfortable recalling. I don't think he's gonna ult here. He's surely just gonna go for the farm. Did they buff Smolder early or something? Fleet, pretty strong in lane for me too. The main thing is just that I already have a lead. And also, I think just a huge synergy between Smolder and Blitzcrank where he just pulls the enemies into my full combo. If I'm landing my full combo onto Jin before the fight starts,
No one else can understand.
or before the fight really starts, then it's just hard for him to win the fight after. It's a fight there, but I want to push in the wave before I join it. I could potentially ult here though. Nah, not even needed. Nice one. Okay, so we're already at the point of one-shotting casters, goddamn. It's gonna be insanely easy to stack Q from here then. Jesus.
Sounds so cool. Can we go now?
Yo, Dark, I got the platinum rank with your Ash guides. Thank you. No problem, man. I'm glad to hear that. Congrats on the progress. Wait, what? Wait, did I hit Evelynn? Is Evelynn around? No, because I would have seen her be revealed. I guess my W must have gone all the way back to Jin then. Huh. There could be an Evelynn around though. I don't really want to base though, because I'm almost full HP. I've got full mana. I can recall for this for sure, but all I get from this is HP and 5 AD. It's not really that impactful of a base, so I'm just gonna stay for now. By staying, I can hopefully choose a trade onto Jin. Okay, he's gonna be running, so I'm gonna start ulting in this corridor, and he's dead. Perfect. Now I got the 1-2-5 stack for a spike.
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
God, we're stacking so hard. Whoa. I'm gonna assume Evelynn is around. I don't think he would be doing this by himself. Actually, I don't think she is. He wouldn't have backed off if she was here. Okay, that's fine. Definitely don't want to overstay though, even if she wasn't currently around, it doesn't mean she won't be, so we're gonna leave. I also don't want to base on a ward, so we're gonna have to keep on going. I'll base in this brush. What heal is this currently? Iron. Oh my god.
Okay, but you
I had to walk so far back for it. Not even perfectly safe base, because they still know that I'm recalling here. I suppose I should have gone out of the turret at that point. Oh well. I can get Blue Trinket.
An enemy has been slain.
gotta stay on my claws, like Mom always said.
I shouldn't have been so impatient with that. He has a lot of time to dodge that and still get the cannon, although he didn't get it anyway. Oh, crap. Yeah. Kind of overreacted maybe, but oh well. In case they were gonna engage on me, maybe it was the right call to just ult. So I could preemptively get that heal off and chunk them out. Oh, okay. Okay.
He never lets me prove them wrong.
Oh my god, this is a big collapse. Oh. No, god damn it, my bad. Was it the Jin W? No, it was Aurelia E? Yeah. That's what caught me. Alright, going straight into Infinity Edge next, which is not recommended, weirdly. Even though it's really good. Shen got the shutdown? Oh, did he? Oh, that's perfect. That was almost 1,000 gold. That's huge. Meanwhile, such big collapse just for York to potentially get this turret. We would hope anyway. I suppose I can get the quick cloak. Okay, for now, since nobody's on the enemy team is actually responding to these botlane waves, I can't really keep going there. So, I need to just rotate mid for now. Until there's actually something I can do on bot side. If I could TP bot, I would actually do that, because I would force somebody to instantly have to come bot and respond to my TP. Otherwise I get that turret, but...
Mom's mentioned some grandmother biker lady, but
Otherwise, it just takes so long to get the bot, just for potentially somebody to already be getting over there anyway, and already be in position to defend. You know, like if I showed up, if I run all the way bot, I would have gotten there just in time for Shen to show up, and then he's just defending and I don't get that turret. So we just, by default, pot towards mid there. We're getting really close to the 225 power spike. God, we're just annihilating waves. Can also annihilate... Ooh! Nice. Can also annihilate the Mazahar Voidlings with my Q for free stacks too. I don't currently have my E up, so that could have been dangerous. Why is he going Rocco instead of me? And I'm the one that can finish him off.
then why do they gotta smell so good?
Okay, for now, I don't know if anybody... Yeah, I guess Shen sort of responded. For now, there's enough bot lane farm in a farmable position that I should start rotating. Because I can at least get the cannon there, which makes it worth rotating, I think. My team are on the Drake. I think they should be able to get that without me anyway, so that's fine. A little bit of risk that I could get ganked by Evelyn here, but I don't think I'm really that vulnerable, to be honest, so I'm not too fussed about it. Maybe I can even go for Grump here. Where's she coming from? There. Nice one. Tempted to ult Shen, but I don't think it would kill him and he might dodge it as well, so... no point. Okay, here he's slowed a little bit. And he's a lot lower now. Oh my god, so close. Oh well. Oh, Mazahar TP'd or just flanked? One or the other. Either way. We want to go stop him. Gonna remove his shield first before I use my W, because if I use my W first, he won't actually get slowed, because the shield will block it. Whoa. Oh, that reached me. Oh my god. Shen damage, bro, it's crazy. Perfect. Okay, I'm at 225 apparently, I didn't notice. Wow, I am really close to Infinite Edge as well. Need to be careful here. Nice one. Yeah, I could try and bait Aurelia a little bit. Obviously couldn't really damage her though. Because if I got in her range, I would just die to 1Q. Alright, time to base. And Lord Dominic's would be a huge damage spike now onto the Shen. But he's only a support, and for the rest of their comp, it really doesn't look like that big a deal. So I think I will want to go just Farcanon for all the poke power I get from that. Or maybe I should do Lord Doms. TP saw him go by? Oh, I didn't notice. I'll ping that then for whatever good that does. So easy to remove that Mazahar shield, by the way, it's crazy. Is he gonna die? I'm gonna use my ult just in case he doesn't. Perfect. That guy is worth like 95 gold, what the hell? Not even worth using ult then, I think. Oh, nice prediction. I'll queue Evelyn because she's the most likely one to die. If I go for Aurelia, she's tankier. Less likely to actually die there. Okay, props to Aurelia, that was really well played from her. I think she has to be a smurf. Her stats don't look like a smurf, but she's already made like a couple of really impressive plays and she's doing really well. It would surprise me if she's somehow not smurfing. Should I go for this upgrade actually? How much ability haste do I get? Wow, 15 ability haste. Or wait, actually... Oh no, 10 ability haste. Still, not bad. For Smolder's purposes. It would be great if I could do this and also the boots upgrade. I guess I'll go for the boots upgrade. 10 ability haste goes really hard on Smolder. And 5 movement speed too. Also, do I get anything else? Gain 10 summoner spell haste? I already had that though. Okay, and more cutting power as well, basically. Shen shut down again? Oh my god, wait, you gotta be shitting me. That is exactly the kind of thing that can just very quietly lose you a game. Like, if Aurelia could maybe carry this game if she got, like, 2 shutdowns on me, for example, if they were both huge. And they were. But them going to the support instead, like, even onto Jhin or Malzahar or Evelyn, any one of these guys just being a little bit less behind or significantly less behind, even if overall still behind, it could win you the game. Instead it just goes on to the support, which is so rarely going to carry you the game. So that's... Unless it was just incredibly unlucky, it's just really bad from the Shen to be risking taking those kills. You're going to be trying really hard, not to steal kills in general, but especially when it's such big shutdowns. I can't see... What is the skin, bro? I can't see where the fuck that appeared from. Yeah, I had no idea where the Evelyn mark was coming from there. That's a pay-to-win skin. Okay, I would usually go do Raptors, but I think maybe my team want to do Drake here. I'll follow them up. When can we see an updated Ezreal video? I don't know when I'm gonna play him. Maybe today, maybe not. There's no plans. Oh crap, I meant to finish that with Q. Bit of a risk here, but I don't think he has anybody around to help. Yeah, it looks like he's pretty alone. Perfect. God. I'm being a bit reckless here. I should not take that risk. She's really strong. Okay, because Aurelia also has an armor item, and because she's so huge, I will actually prioritize the Lord Dominic's. Maybe even actually Mortal Reminder just for her. She might get a lot of healing, so I think I will do that. But definitely Armor Pen at the very least, to burst her down as fast as we can, I think will be important here. If he lands a hook, I'm just immediately ulting to one-shot the person. Assuming it's a high priority enough target. Evelyn? Jesus. Yeah, we'll get it, but I'm not really needed, so I'm just gonna prioritize getting that farm. Especially because I'm Smolder, but any ADC, ideally, you'd probably just want to take that farm instead of helping with this. If this is really that free. Like, I'm clearly not needed there. I still need about 500 more gold. I probably won't bother basing. The arrow was under your HP bar, I think? Really? I'll try and look out for it next time. Actually, I think the better order for my abilities, by the way, instead of RW, might be WR, because I think you can... I think R locks you out of W longer than W locks you out of R. We don't need to R here, clearly. Whoa. Oh, wow, he didn't even need me. Thanks to the Lux ult, I suppose. Oh, whoa. Oh my god, he lived. Nice one. Alright, I have enough gold for my water reminder now. I should stick around for this turret though, but... There we go. I'll start basing now though, the enemies should be able to defend this turret, I would imagine. Ah, goodbye, my only source of lifesteal. I'll miss you.
Favorite games like finders not keepers. They run around and collect a bunch of shiny stuff, and I get to keep it.
Ooh, another smolder build I wanted to try at some point was Bloodthirster Rush as well. I can try that some other game. Yeah, this is I think, a really good smolder game. Besides that level 1/2 mishap, where I just always underestimate Shen damage. He's performed phenomenally into this lane. God, that damage. It's so much higher damage than you would get with a non-crit build. It's crazy. They got plenty of ability haste too.
Oh, camera roar sounds so fun. Can we go now?
Let's snow. Oh, come on, I was about to finish Evelyn. How sad. Okay. Oh my god, I blew them up. Jesus. Alright, perfect.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
GG. Almost 400 stacks? Wow, was it that high? I didn't even notice. What the fuck? From what I heard, tier 3 boots are almost a must-have after 2 items on anyone. Maybe. It's something I've been thinking about. Like, it's a really nice power spike to have, but it's also not nice to delay. Like, especially on the role that scales hardest with their items, ADC. You know, particularly if you're doing crit builds, of course, because those are the hard scaling ones. It's also not nice to delay each power spike by 500 gold. So I'm kind of torn up about it, because they are really efficient, the boot upgrades now, but the power spikes from completing your items are also just not something you can quantify in gold efficiency. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if for most roles, it turns out that now the boot upgrades are a must-have after 2 items, but I'm not so sure for ADC. It might be, it might not be. I'm kind of on the fence about it. But I think for Smolder, for sure, it made a lot of sense. Because even if we're going for a full crit build, he still doesn't scale as hard with crit as other ADCs, I would say. It wasn't that important. The eye test does show me that crit is just much stronger than non-crit Smolder. Yep. You stack so much harder, you do so much more damage. I think the Shojin didn't really do much for me this game, but I still think the logic behind it was solid. If you do need a little bit of extra survivability, it's, you know, your crit scaling isn't so massive that you need to rush all the crit. You can just go for the Shojin second. New challenge idea for you. On one account from Iron to Diamond, see how far you can get with saying you're smurfing before every game. See if it makes a difference to jungle coming bot every 5 seconds. That wouldn't be the challenge you think it is. A lot of the time, when I get ganked by the enemy jungler, early on, I just get a double or a triple kill. It might at higher relos where the junglers are a bit smarter, and players are much better at following up jungle ganks. It might decrease my win rate a little bit by decreasing my impact on the game, by having the enemy jungler camp me every game, but overall, if the enemy jungler is camping me and I'm playing smart and not dying as much as other players would, it still does give a good win rate, just letting my teammates have all that non-jungle pressure to deal with. So, yeah, it's not really gonna add anything to the challenge. It would just like shift the focus into a little bit more around like showing you how to play weak side, you know? Thoughts on Jhin this patch, and are you going to make any Jhin guides? Jhin, as far as I know on this patch, is pretty decent. Has been for a while, ever since it got that last buff. Can't remember what it was. Did they increase the scaling with attack speed with crit? I don't remember, but it was really nice. And it was already not too bad before then, I think. What's his current rank? Sorry, I'm catching up on the YouTube chat. I haven't been able to read this in a while. It's slightly, like significantly more inconvenient to read the YouTube chat compared to Twitch chat on my second monitor. Because I have to look all the way to the right. I can't just like glance over. I have to do this. Is that a bug? I saw turrets changing minion targets, but never saw turrets attacking champions even with minions. I think... So actually there is a bug that led to that, I think. Or at least there was some bug recently with targets... turrets not focusing the right target. I don't remember if it was that exactly, but I think it must have just been that my W, which is such a long-range skill shot, it must have hit Jhin off screen. You know? I think that's what happened. Can you do low elo review videos? You mean like of other players? Like coaching? I've done that sort of thing before, but it doesn't really perform well on my YouTube channel. Maybe if I had a dedicated coaching channel, it might do better, but it's not something I want to dedicate myself to. Okay, we're facing a Leona, which is a dive support, so Corki or Xayah could be quite good here. Particularly as we're facing an assassin, Rengar. So either Xayah for dodging the Rengar combo would be good, or Corki, we can just build Tabis and just tank the Rengar combo as well, would also be good. I think overall with Karma, maybe Corki makes a little bit more sense. So let's go with Corki. Let me just check that those are the right Corki runes. Ooh, oh, no, apparently he uses Jack of all trades quite nicely. So we'll do that. Do I want to go free boots though instead of cookies? I think so. Ooh, we're into Aphelios. Did he pick Aphelios after I picked Corki? I think so, and that's not smart. Corki shits on Aphelios, usually. Maybe the engage support helps for him a little bit here, but Corky's good into engage, so... Maybe I can't punish the fellas, but if Leona ever tries to engage on me, she's gonna suffer as well. We ever go cleanse, though? I'm not sure I needed to do this, but... Oh well, I'm committed now. Okay, I'm gonna run ads before the game starts. Why would jungle ban Kai'Sa? That's so weird. Some people just have, you know, weird bans that they just don't like playing against. Okay, there's a bronze player this game, finally. How impactful is Otacon these days? You know, I feel like it maybe is less impactful than the old one. I'm not sure. I feel like there's not as many roses on the map as there were roses that Otacon used to give you, but I could be wrong about that. That's just the vibe I get. Greetings, Vapor. I've been watching lots of your videos on YouTube. Happy to finally make a stream. Welcome, man. Glad you like the videos. Ooh, should I try a different Corki build this game, by the way? Because I did notice, I think, earlier on today, Bloodthirster seems to be a build that performs nicely on him, but maybe I didn't do the right runes for that, I'm not sure. Mic bugging? Oh, sorry, hang on. Okay, it should be fixed.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Do we wanna do Bloodthirster? Maybe it would be better to poke rather than engage. Can maybe try it some other game.
Another fried shorty.
You ready to help me get master? Oh, nice one, man. Congrats. Sorry, that's not really something I can comment on. Sale 1235. It's not a topic I want to discuss on stream. Decent trade already. Apollos obviously has a very weak level 1. Even if I trade auto for auto, that's also really good. Missed an auto there, my bad. Also Leona. Also not amazing level 1. If she has Z, then she can at least reach me, but she doesn't necessarily win that fight. I'm gonna ignore the coster because I see a fellow's walking up to me and I know that's a terrible trade, so I'm gonna abuse the trade instead of velocity. Let's see if Leona engages on me. If she does, I just immediately W away. And she's gonna take so much damage from my W burn. So long as the minions actually walk forwards into a fellows, I can't really punish him for going for them. But if he has to walk up to the minions, then I can trade with him. I need to wait for my Q to be back up though, so I'm actually taking a good trade. As much as Kirk is stronger, I need actual abilities to trade properly. God, I'm landing so many of these. Poor guy. Okay, he clearly wants to base, so we're gonna start shoving. Even if he cancels his base, it's just really risky for him to stay. So that's fine, he's gonna miss out on a huge wave here. Should be able to crash this next wave as well. I nearly have mana for E. Wave is crashed, plating is farmed. Beautiful. Time to get out.
Has been slain.
How long have you been playing League? I've been playing League since late or mid season 1, something like that. Okay, we need either dagger or a glowing moat to get my jack of all trades stack, so I'm just gonna go both of them, since obviously if I go one, the only other thing I can afford is the other, so. What is the best support in your mind for Jhin? I don't know if there's a best one in particular, but he just works well with mages in general. If there's one that works better than others, it's probably not by much. It's not too important. Oh, my bad. Still, he wants to go for this cannon. Oh, okay. Nice, we stumped that trade. I expected my W to do more damage to Leon, I didn't expect it to flash out of it. Did we see Rengar? Oh wait, oh the jungler is Yorick, okay, he's mid. I should have W'd sooner, my bad. But I think we're fine here. Not even worth... It wasn't even worth cleansing the CC there, even if that was a close fight, because Fellas wasn't in range to follow up anyway. The only thing I would actually cleanse there is Leona's Ignite, because I would want to remove that damage for sure. Oh, shit. Still, like I said, Corki just shits on Fellas, man. Corki is way too strong early game for Fellas' overall low damage, low survivability playstyle. I would just one-shot the fucking waves. Alright, I don't want to go for the plating though, I feel like that's a bit risky. I'm just gonna base. Yeah, like I straight up missed the ability that I'm maxing and I still stump a Fellas. It's just disgusting. And obviously I'm ahead already, but I've literally only really bought a dagger. Like, in terms of the value of our inventories, I didn't really even have an advantage there. It was just Corki versus a Fellas advantage. I like playing Zoe support with Jhin. Yeah, that might be the best. I mean, not that Zoe support is like a good support necessarily, but if you are gonna have a Zoe support, Jhin is probably the best ADC to pick with her. Did you always main ADC? No, I only started in like season 6, season 7, something like that. I took a break to main jungle for season 8. I was still playing Twitch ADC, Twitch jungle though, so like that was my main. So I was still playing ADC sort of. Okay, I can stomp him if I W onto him. Look at how much damage he's taken. 240 damage from my W. 240 magic damage. Disgusting. Such an underrated ability. Either for like using it defensively when something like Leona engages on you and then she's just left burning on your trail, or using it aggressively, just jumping onto the enemy to see with it. So much fucking damage. Like if this was a much closer fight, just imagine how much of a difference 250 damage makes. It at the very least saved me so much HP. I'm not sure this is a winnable fight, so I'm not gonna try and help her. Just gonna make sure I live. Okay. Looks like I won a base. Or do I? I think I can stick around for another wave. It's a little bit risky, but we'll see. We do have our jungler around. We really should have used the purple Q there. He wants to get rid of that ammo anyway. Why not also accept the help in harassing me? Okay, I'm gonna be getting boots soon, right? Yeah, in 45 seconds. So I would rather have boots than ruby crystal. I'm gonna hold on to my gold and wait for that. Yeah, Quirky W does so much damage, people don't know / respect it even in high elo. Yeah, it was just such a like random ass change that randomly appeared in the patch notes one day. It's such an easy thing to miss. It did not used to do nearly this much damage.
An ally has been slain.
But it's something you really have to consider. Like, it makes Quirky so fucking good into engage now, because you literally don't want to be engaging into his W. Or you will take so much goddamn damage. Fuck, I got minion blocked, otherwise he'd be dead. If I only had boots slightly sooner as well. Okay, apparently that doesn't work. But I think he's dead. Ooh. Wait. Oh wait, no! Dude, I can't believe that. He'd survived like 2 more autos in his barrier. Oh well. Unfortunate shutdown to fellows. Oh well. If she could actually hold this wave... yeah, she should have like stood there, held the wave, waited for this to come, and then left. Oh well. Still not bad. Fellas can't really afford to farm that, so... Your jungle is 24 farmer now? Yeah, that was pretty behind. I don't know when exactly you said that, but... that was really bad. It's still really bad. Don't know what he's been doing. Maybe he's been getting invaded. Do you ever play Twitch ADC still? I don't main him anymore. I play him sometimes. He's still one of my best champs. I don't know, I just never feel like picking him. I don't know if I'd get as good results spamming him these days as I do getting Jinx, for example. He has no flash, does he? So he's just dead. I don't know what Leona was doing there, but I don't think I need to cleanse. Yeah, even just for getting the kill, I don't need to cleanse. Nice one, Karma. She was waiting for the Greg to stop side. Ah. Okay. For now, I'm not gonna build boots. I don't feel it's too important to build tabbies. We can just focus on upgrading to Mana Moon. Currently one-tricking Jinx to climb. Any tips on what is a good secondary ADC when she's banned? Or picked to main? Trying to keep my champ pulled within 2 to 3. I would say Ashe fills somewhat of a similar niche and is a very good blind pick as well. Probably the second best blind pick, possibly. Okay, so she's taken 182 damage from my W. Oops. Don't even have... Barrier, I have Cleanse, which I can't use in anything, doesn't even matter. I think I did get ignited by Leona there, so I should have actually cleansed the ignite. Didn't think of that in advance, but it's still fine. And again, Leona taking 180 magic damage from my W. Whoa. Shit. Now he's standing on my W as well. He took at least 230. This literally just saved my life. The absurd amount of damage that your W deals onto people who are running into you. It's fucking crazy. Let me see the exact amount. That's him, even though he flashed. Or maybe he flashed. Oh, he took almost 300. Straight up 293. Almost 300 damage. Crazy, man. Such an unbalanced ability. How does it scale, your E? Do you mean my W? The one that keeps doing insane magic damage? Scale is with 200% with bonus AD. And then per rank, it does 75 extra damage per rank, which is probably overall not as crazy as the AD scaling, I would imagine. Damn. Did he just ult in preparation for ganking me, even though I'm not really gankable? If she engages on me, I just W away. Again, he's standing on my W. Whatever damage he took there, I didn't quite catch it, but it would have been pretty high, even with how little he stood on it. Quirky things.
An enemy has been slain.
Ooh, I'm actually one cloth armor away from capping out my jack of all trades. I'm actually going to be doing Navori instead of Fire Cannon. I think this is insanely underrated. Everybody's sleeping on Navori and Corki. It might actually make him super... Well, I would say that it would make him super overpowered actually, but I think third item power spike is a bit late for a single item to be making your ADC OP. It would have to be ideally 1 or 2 item power spike. But still, it's insanely underrated. So much better than Fire Cannon. Okay, Yone is actually willing to sideline this game, so we actually do get to impact the map early on this game. First time this happens today. She's dead. Probably shouldn't have been so defensive with that W, my bad. Okay, we'll preserve the Conqueror stacks by using E. I should have done that even sooner, but thankfully it didn't disappear.
Has destroyed a turret.
This is major time to grab control.
I'll wait until I can hit Navori and also a cloth armor at the very least. It's a pretty nice power spike that I'm delaying here, but not going for Navori, but fuck it. I mean, there's 2 dead, 2 bot. I can clearly stick around for a little bit longer. I'm not desperate to recall here. And I'm definitely not being greedy. Whoa! Whoa, what was that, Karma? Okay, I guess we should also help this guy with that. Nah, actually I feel like this is actually a power spike so big that I definitely should just prioritize basing now that the enemies are alive. I don't want to potentially get into a fight over Herald when I could have based. So, annoying for Gragas that I'm not willing to help him, especially as I have the most DPS, but I think getting out into the map with my Navori ASAP is just the best call here. Okay, he's got that. I can go straight for mid lane farm. Karma, don't be using your AoE on the wave. Thank you. Well, at least you delayed it until I was already here. And the enemy's all top? Possibly. I mean, at least there's 2 top right now, so I'm good to keep pushing here even though I'm quite deep. Okay, there might be a fight here. My bad. Oh, I thought she was gonna land that. Oh well. And now observe my cooldowns, by the way, because my E is permanent uptime if I'm just auto-attacking stuff now. My E literally just ran out after I used it on minions, and I just used it again immediately. Oh, I'm dead here, unfortunately. If I had barrier, maybe I could outplay. Ready to not be that low against Rengar. And now this is the point where most people go into Infinity Edge. But I think that's really troll. With only an Avori for crit, Infinity Edge is not providing that much damage here. But the amount of survivability that I get from going Bloodthirster is massive. Massive. If the enemy team was like full tank, then maybe I could justify going for Infinity Edge, because obviously we'll do a lot more DPS. But there's just no way that it is, on average, the better item to build in this scenario. We have so much more synergy with Bloodthirster than we do with Infinity Edge. Both because it scales really well with the survivability we've built through our boots. And also because, like, in general, we just have so much auto attack damage that isn't actually coming from crit. So I think building Bloodthirster to benefit from that auto attack damage by lifestealing off of it is a lot better than trying to amplify our 50% crit chance. Whoa, I just wasted W. I think I'm fine though. Probably should have cleansed the Ignite, but oh well. Probably too defensive again, actually, my bad. As much as I want to use... Whoop. We nearly got W back up, so... Perfect. Yeah, I played that quite bad. I didn't need to use my W so defensively. I was greeting for the W damage, because I find that very funny, but... Overall, it doesn't matter. And just... I wasn't paying much attention to my cooldowns there, but if you want to look at the replay... Oh, I'm probably dead again. We'll see. I think he's dead, actually. Yeah, nice. Okay. Wow, even with the cleanse. I only cleansed because I figured he must have hit me with either a slow or a root from his E. If he didn't, then oh well. I couldn't wait to see. I needed to assume that he had to hit me with that. Yeah, I figured he wasn't going to quite one-shot me, so I had a chance to cleanse and flash away. I can go bot.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, I wasn't quite paying attention to my cooldowns in that fight against Ari and Leona, but if you look at the replay and look at my cooldowns, I bet it was fucking nuts how many W's and E's I got, because they're such high cooldown abilities, which makes Navori so insanely efficient with them. Well, they're not really that high anymore, but still, just being able to... Ooh, hang on. Just being able to... oh, God! No! Shit! I didn't realize the maiden was still focusing me. My bad. Yeah, being able to drop the cooldowns by that much is just crazy. Probably should have also W'd more in a straight line away. Oh well. Oh, I can upgrade boots, by the way. Bloodthirster is not that big of a power spike. So we get 5 movement speed, and I would assume 10 armor, and also the passive.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, because Corki's ideal first item, or sorry, not first item, but because Corki's ideal boots is Tabi's, he's also just really good into these AD champs as well. Like Rengar and Yorick. I can actually stop for some camps. It's unlikely that there's still going to be a fight by the time I get there, so... He runs out, I immediately recast, you see? You see? I don't need to recast here though. Still need to worry about mana a little bit. Yeah, this fight is already over. I probably wouldn't have got there in time to do anything, so instead we're just gonna farm as much as we can off the map. Especially if I can make it that I'm stealing enemy camps as well. Or securing neutral stuff like Scuttle Crab. Need to get rid of this vision thing. Oh, goddammit. Well, he's dead. Perfect. Like, how can you look at this E uptime and just not realize how busted this is, right? feel like people just haven't thought about how Navori would interact with Corky's kit. That's clearly busted. No, I can keep on pushing. Oh, the enemies are just not even remotely in position to defend, so I do get a free turret here. There we go. Do I just get another inhib as well? Potentially. Okay, wow. Wait, they're also just trying to do Atacon, and there's only 2 people who are clearly just 1v2 able to defend, so for now... Perfect. Oh shit, no. I'm actually dead. Shit, my bad. I thought this would focus minions. My bad. Okay, now we could potentially do Infinity Edge. It's still not amazing, but there's really not any better choice. Because we have to build some damage here, right? Maybe there's something I'm sleeping on though. Is there anything that could possibly be better? I would say maybe Shojin, but clearly we don't need more cooldown reduction with this build. Oh! No, right, of course, Lord Dominic's. Yeah, there's actually just no room for Infinity Edge on this build, because Lord Dominic's by this stage is clearly just better. Even though we have true damage, like, it's still gonna be so much more valuable to build Armor Pen. I would assume Lust Whisper is a better component than Quiver as well. Can't say I'm 100% sure though. GA? Yeah, I suppose that could also actually be a decent choice, yeah. But I think overall, we, you know, as a champion who wants to deal damage, Armor Pen probably makes the most sense. If they were actually completely squishy, then maybe. Also, maybe I could do this thing, auto reminder. Have some healing, like a Fellows when he has red, for example. And Rengar with his W heal. Nice. I'm slightly running out of mana here, but because we have a blue buff available in our jungle, I'm not afraid about spamming abilities. Oh, they got the Drake. Well, I still want to head over here for the blue buff anyway, and maybe we can force a good fight here. I've got Cleanse, I think I'll just jump forwards and try and bait them. Because they might be better to try and turn onto me now. I've got W back up. I just W'd very recently and it's already back up. It's crazy. E running out, doesn't matter. I just use it again. Ooh, even York has some healing apparently. She needs to ult if she has it. If she doesn't have ult, then she's dead. Wow, she was dead. Nice. I flashed forwards really without hesitation there because I wanted to maintain my Conqueror stacks. Perfect, GG. Navori Corki. Like, is that not insanely obvious how much better the Navori was over Farkanen? Farkanen just doesn't even make sense because you don't even have that much crit. So your average Farkanen poke auto is not even going to do that much damage. Even with the Triforce poke, the Triforce proc, it still doesn't matter. Not sure if you replied. Any chance of commentary videos? Oh, do you mean of the low elo review videos? I said that if you meant like coaching, like reviewing VOD from low elo players, probably not, basically I said. Doesn't really perform well on my channel. Looks like the post game screen isn't working, so I'm gonna have to... I actually used to think that you had to restart your client whenever this happens, but apparently you can actually also just click on your profile and it takes you back to the main client, so you don't actually have to relog every time this happens. What do you think of the new grayscreen screen? I don't really notice much the difference, to be honest. Looks a little bit different, but really it's just the same, I don't care. Does the Corki passive 3 damage bonus affect the Spell Blade bonus damage from Trinity Force? It does, yeah. You convert part of the Triforce damage into true damage.
No cure for fools.
How long are you gonna stream today? Probably for at least 2 more hours. I could really do with eating at some point, but I might just be able to do that on stream. Just need to figure out something to eat. I'd rather not blind pick if I can avoid it. Let's see if Rakan wants to pick. Do you play on the US? I do. Ideally, I'd also trade with Rek'Sai. We already see that we're facing Nocturne, though, so... I mean, and we also have a Rakan, so Xayah potentially already looks really good here. So if I don't get to pick later, I'll just pick Xayah. Okay, Xayah it is then. If you go to Rakan, can't really go wrong with Xayah. And she's also really good into dives, such as the Nocturne, so... One of the few ADCs who actually has counterplant to Nocturne ult. Aphelios. Yeah, definitely not got as good a matchup into him as we did before, but it should still be good. Decent anyway. Well, yeah, it's probably like an evenish matchup. But we have more synergy with our support than he has with his support, so we just need to make sure we're playing a little bit safe in the level 1, because we don't really win level 1 unless we can... Unless I start W and Rakan starts W and he manages to land it and we just all in really hard. Actually, if I want to abuse a fellow's early game, I could try the same build that I run with Conqueror, but run it with PTA instead. See how this goes. Because I could just one-shot him really hard with PTA and collect a rush. Which elo are we at here? Iron. Maybe I can put the rank on the screen, but now I can't remember how many games I've played, whether I'm placed or not. Oh, I am. Let me see. Wait, hang on. Need to go here. No, not there. Here. Wait, where is it? Oh, here. Why is it not on the screen? Okay, never mind. I can't put the rank on the screen right now. I'll have to fix that for our next stream.
The world owes Tristana.
You still gotta place an iron after your ranked games with a new account. It's not a new account, but also it depends. You get
Wonderful things.
hang on. My audio got fucked up a little bit there. But also it depends on like what MMR you have in normals when you begin your ranked climb. Actually, it's not so hot anymore. I can close the window. I'm starting to get a little bit cool. 1 sec.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Back.
Spiders are my spirit animal.
I'm gonna cry if I find you in a Halo game today. It's pretty unlikely, don't worry about it.
Minions have spawned.
Do I have game sound?
I really hate anyone who's not me. Or Rakan.
What if I feel like I don't? Hang on. Oh shit, wait. Okay, now I do.
Nature is wild and untamed, not balanced.
I hear Zara talking on stream. Yeah, it was me. I fucked up the audio for myself. We can start W if Rakan lands the W, but otherwise there's no point. Okay, he's clearly not gonna land it. He's already used it defensively, so we'll level Q instead. Ooh. Someone took so much damage from minions there, I think.
What the hell were you thinking?
Back there?
Yes.
I don't want to follow this up. I want to get level 2 first.
You're bad.
Oh, he's got cleanse. Why is he running cleanse in this lane? He doesn't need cleanse. Nice one. Perfect.
My way.
PTA already really popped off. I did so much damage with that. We can also potentially dive Aphelios here. He's got... Does he have flash? I don't remember. But if he doesn't have flash to dodge the Rakan W, this should be free. Engage, bro! Oh my god, okay, never mind. Couldn't get him to see the vision. Oh, I took the wrong rune, by the way. I was meant to take Ultimate Hunter, not Treasure Hunter. My bad.
They dropped something.
Okay, gonna have Serrated Dirk now. I'm gonna be huge. Aphelios should have stayed here, I think, by the way. I think by now he must have recovered enough HP, especially with the Sun of Healing. But he could have survived. We certainly couldn't dive them 2v2. If he was gonna drop a wave to recall and get his HP back, it shouldn't have been the cannon wave. He should have got the cannon wave, then recalled, then dropped the wave. Doesn't need cleanse yet, it just saved his life now. Did he cleanse the ignite? I thought he cleansed nothing. I thought he just like... thought he had barrier. I'm so much stronger than Aphelios. I want to try and engage on him. Oh god, look at that damage. My god, with the PT and Serrated Dirk combo. That was literally 1v2. I just run at them 1v2 and that's how hard I shot on him. Oh, granted he has literally no components versus my Serrated Dirk. I don't know how he didn't walk into lane with anything. I suppose he only has 8 CS. Maybe he couldn't afford anything.
Thanks, babe.
He cleansed your root. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Maybe it was better played from him than I realized. Oh my god, she died to that. What? Wait, the PTA's eye is crazy, no? Look at how much damage it's done already. Holy fuck. Because of course with my W movement speed I can just walk up and hit them with it so easily. Alright, time to recall. It's just a shame I can't actually pick up a pickaxe here. Actually, maybe I'll stick around for the plating. Because the plating does give me my base. And I've still got enough mana to shove in another wave if I want to as well. Whoa. Should I? Nah, I don't want to go for it. This could be decent though. Oh my god, I think I might have misclicked the minion once, but seems like we're fine for now. Wow. Holy crap. Jesus. How have I done 300 damage with my rune already? What the fuck?
Nothing is ever easy.
Like, I literally could not have asked for a better PTA game. Jesus. Wait, if I stay for another wave, don't I literally have Collector already? Yeah, holy shit, let me just shove this wave. Oh, this is like potentially really greedy. Like, I shouldn't even expect to get to shove this and get the wave for free. But if I do manage to secure the entire wave, getting Collector at 7 minutes is gonna be fucking crazy. Okay, I can fully... I've already got the gold, but if I want a good wave state, I need to crash another wave. And now I have enough mana that I can actually crash this easily. Oops.
That was too easy. But
I'm so, like, ahead in levels, I don't even have to worry about the fact that he has cooldowns and I don't. He didn't even try to mark me with purple there. Should hopefully be fine. Oh, but the CC combo. Oh, I didn't get the root.
Indians never learn.
Okay, at least I live. Jeez. Yeah, what I had to be worried about apparently was his jungler support combination. Whoa. Oh, Rakan almost had him. I don't think he's gonna get him though. Because the Senna will have healed him. Oh, he did. Still not worth though. I felt just got his first kill just so my support could get 250 gold on a support.
Skulls stuffed with twigs, on the other hand.
I think you hit turret once? Oh, that would make sense. Check PTA contribution after the game if you remember. I mean, the whole game this is going to be visible here, so... anybody can see. I'm going to forget. Yeah, I mean, just based off of what is done already throughout this game, like in this early game, like it's already snowballed me so insanely hard. I'd say this has already paid off really hard, and it should combo nicely with the build that I'm going for as well. Jesus. Fucking hell. Oh my god.
Well, that's done.
Treasure hunter, you got you that collector? Yeah, true. True. This Nocturne is so dead. Don't need to auto attack, we just one-shot him with the QE. Or he's gonna get away. Unless Zed kills her, but definitely I can't help, so. Okay, nice one. God, I think I do like this more than Conqueror. I mean, this has been such a, like, perfect PTA game, though, where I just got to abuse it so much, so maybe not every game would be like this, but... this has definitely outperformed the average Conqueror game, I think. We're not even gonna go for boots, because BF Sword for the one-shots is gonna synergize so much better with this playstyle. Is the Conqueror / Collector line better than the Lethal Tempo Yuntal line for Xayah, or is this just something you've been doing recently testing? So I think it's at least equally good, it just depends on the game. If you're facing a lot of squishies, I think going for the Collector Infinity Edge build might be optimal. If you're going for Yuntal Navori, that might be optimal against ranged, sorry, not against ranged, fucking hell, for tankier comps. Because you definitely don't do as much DPS with the Conqueror build, that is for sure. But it's just really nice for blowing up squishes. And this is just a variant of the Conqueror build where I'm just running PTA instead of Conqueror.
I always find a weak spot.
Con Xayah is only really good if there's... oh, I was reading chat. Beefy peeps on the other team. Yes, but also... it's ideal with a build that works best against squishies, so it's a bit of a weird situation.
Keep up.
Ow, walked into that one. You should also purple Q me here. She's half HP just from that. I didn't actually land an auto attack on her there, by the way. That was just QE. Any feathers that I can land on her with my passive here is pretty valuable as well. Managed the chunk her there a little bit extra with my E as well. If I hit her with QE, she's dead, by the way. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just absurdly ahead now. That this game is just going to be such a wash from here. Go for Warcon. Okay, this might be for us. I wouldn't recommend it though, because I have enough cooldowns to beat him probably. Oh, what? Wait, this was for us. Oh my god. Bro gets one shot. Yeah, that's what I meant. He shouldn't have gone on us. But that was weird. Why ult and then not actually ult on us if he did one again, cuz? Surely he had to have been in range. Oh my god, this half HP just for me. Such an underrated build, man. I could... Oh my god, I could actually... If I stay for one more wave, I can stay for Infinite Edge, so... A bit greedy, but... Like, we're obviously so ahead that I can get away with this. And potentially I can also use this cheese to actually just kill them. I usually wouldn't risk cheesing here, because it could be just a complete waste of time, but obviously because I want to stay for the gold anyway.
Do I make you
And because, yeah, like, if we're gonna stay, we may as well try and cheese, because potentially that could happen. We wouldn't want to count on it happening, but man, that paid off so fucking hard. I want to keep on staying even. Not base for Infinity Edge now. Okay, do I have enough mana to beat this guy? Not really. I can do W and E, but that's about it. Okay, yeah, I just couldn't use Q, but... Yeah, I'm just insanely ahead. Even with 3,000 unspent gold. That's how insanely ahead I am. Well, actually, I suppose I wasn't insanely ahead. I was just a BF sort of ahead of this guy, but...
I'll do whatever
Yeah, it's strong enough to beat him.
twice, just to be sure.
I have 1 kill a minute by 13 minutes.
I know I'm being prideful,
God.
splurge.
And now we're gonna be going for Navori. As funny as it would be to keep on building even more AD and go for one-shotty or one-shots, it's because our abilities are so strong at this stage, it's just the optimal move to lower our cooldowns with Navori instead of building more
Others.
burst. A full BF set ahead at 30 minutes is crazy ahead, isn't it? I would say 1300 gold ahead is quite ahead,
Ionia's meddling bursts
but like right now I'm 5,400 gold ahead of Aphelios in terms of inventory gold spent, right? Like that is... I wasn't anywhere near at full power. I think being a full BF set ahead is actually reasonably ahead for just being fed.
Sabotage takes patience and time.
She shouldn't have got this close. Okay, she realized at least. They're on the Drake, by the way, but if he ults me, I will just one-shot him, so I'm not afraid. Okay, he's dead. I don't even have to use abilities here. Oh, it just wasn't smart of him. Can also go for his camps here. I'll soak up the rest of that wave once I finish the Gromp, but then I can also check his blue. It's probably down though, considering he had blue when he died.
Let's go, that's about a 3 out of 10.
I just ran one-shot Senna. Nice. With this HP I could be in trouble if Nocturne ults, but I got Rakan to help me now. Oh, damn, I didn't realize he was gonna go that hard. Unlucky. I was thinking that we would just hide in this brush, and if she overextends for farm, then we would kill her. So I was like 50-50 in my mind whether she would move forwards or not. I'll shove another wave before I base. I do need to base though, I'm just sitting on low HP for too long. Okay, I can kill Senna. Nice. Do I want to keep on pushing then? Because now I'm just suddenly so much closer to Navori. It is risky though. Nah, I feel like I have to leave. We'll just leave. Yeah, okay, actually I guess Treasure Hunter with this build actually makes a lot of sense as well. It's such a snowbally focused build. Getting your power spikes like that early collector is also very valuable.
Party days are my favorite.
An enemy has been slain.
They say I don't know when to quit. Like that's a weakness.
God, if this Xayah build is as broken as it feels, just spamming Xayah Rakan with a duo every single game has got to be such a fucking insane way to climb right now. Because you can take over the game so fucking hard with this, like, clearly with me having a kill a minute, it's clearly really good at getting leads. And you can easily 1v9 with it late game as well.
Nature bends towards chaos. Give in or break.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Sabotage looks so good on me.
Actually, if they're not gonna bother defending, I should go for another turret here, not just go for jungle camps. They should be defending. They don't want to because I'm so ahead and they don't want to face me, but they have to defend. I think it's too early to take an inhib though, so I'll settle for the turret and get some farm. Then push mid.
Has destroyed a turret.
While I'm rotating towards mid, I can also just go buy wolves. I'm not going to bother with the Gromp though, because it's too far out of the way compared to where I want to be on the map, which is mid. Wolves are on the way though. This is Ari. Probably can't kill her, but we can try. Out. Is she gonna keep chasing into a Xayah? After I already placed my feathers there? That clearly wasn't smart. Alright, Nocturne could try and ult me from here. I definitely... probably don't have the tools to outplay with this HP. Maybe though, because I do have both summoners, but we definitely don't want to test it. I want to just spend my gold. Probably didn't know what Xayah does. Probably didn't expect my E to be such a low cooldown, but I mean, it just is. It is that low a cooldown, so... She was wrong if she didn't expect that.
Team has destroyed a turret.
And now I got 95% crit. Yeah, by this point I feel like I'm just one-shotting people so hard, I'm not actually getting much PTA damage. I can do the Drake by myself, I don't need to ping my team to help. If the enemy blue is up, I'm just gonna do that first though. Because I would like blue buff since I don't have Presence of Mind or Essence Reaver. Nocturne might also go for scamps here. Yeah, I think he's gonna approach from here. Oh, never mind. I can kill him though. Okay, time to do the Drake.
An ally has been slain.
She saw the 1k shut down. Yeah, that's all she could see. Just red. So many roses here.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
One spawning again there soon. Oh my god, two here. Two triple ones. Is he just running it down? I think he is. What the hell? I thought he was going for farm earlier. I was already going here anyway, I might as well kill him. Still don't really want to take that inhib though. Can maybe sniper here? Probably not. Worth a shot. Still feels too early to be taking this. It's not really gonna cause us troubles, to be fair, because like I'm obviously so ahead. There's no way I could possibly throw this game, but still, until I can get Baron, I feel like getting those inhibs is a bit of a waste. Oh man, I should have stayed until I had enough for Vamps up there. I realized I was that close. Oh, actually, I should have upgraded boots over my longsword. Oh well. My bad. Level 8 Nocturne versus level 14 Zaya. Yeah, he is running it down at this point though. Zaya with you can finish. Yeah, that's a good point. We might actually just be able to straight up end if we take the inhib. We don't need to rely on the inhib pressure, we just literally just end. 4 out of 5 treasure hunter? Yeah, I haven't interacted with Jax. Okay, we can definitely end if we take the herald though, so let's start with that. Oh, he wasn't running it down for once, but I still happen to be in the area to kill him anyway, so... Literally threw autos to kill him there. I'll take it. Just gonna place it, I'm just gonna immediately rush mid. Usually I'd be afraid to take Herald as an ADC, but I'm playing such a safe ADC and I'm so safe. Holy shit, does this last long enough to reach the turret? Barely, it barely does. Fucking hell. Didn't think that would be a consideration. That's fine. Jesus, she didn't expect to get one shot. I could maybe get a penta on Senna when she spawns. I'll stack up some Q feathers behind her, or at least on her here. Okay. Ah, it doesn't quite one shot. Damn, I should have waited until she was actually gonna. Oh, oh okay. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Most people don't want to give the penta. Nice. All right, GG. God, I can't remember the last time I was that fed. That was insane. Actually, honored her back didn't misclick, but you know what? That's a deserved honor for giving me the penta. What rank is this? Iron. Iron 2 now. Might be Bronze Mamar, or maybe not. I'm not sure. Why don't freeze and negate farm? Because I don't want to play the game that slowly when I have this much of a lead. I want to be gathering resources at a really fast pace and forcing fights wherever I can and forcing objectives. Like, we can control their entire jungle, we don't need to be freezing at our fucking tier 1. Where are you from? England. Oh, I didn't even mean to hover Zaya, by the way. I probably won't play her again. Yeah, I guess my idea to run PTA to abuse the fellas worked out really nicely. It maybe wouldn't work out so well in every single matchup compared to Conqueror. Playing into Jinx, so that could be a good Twitch angle. But, oh my gosh, she's smart, she banned Twitch. Okay, you know what the second best ADC against Jinx is? Misfortune. Ideally, we'd be playing Misfortune with an engaged support, a lockdown support. Senna is not quite that, but she does at least have some kind of lockdown to help deal a shitload of damage to the Jinx. Whenever she lands her W, I can just ult the Jinx. And if she doesn't have cleanse, she is going to be forced to stand in the ult for a while. And if she can't just flash away afterwards, then she probably just dies. Should I go like hybrid lethality build? I think so. These are my favorite builds right now, I think. Which means I want to do collector rush. into like opportunity maybe, or Yomu's. Or hubris. Hubris would be actually very nice. We don't really need to run cleanse. This is awkward for Jinx, because for the lane, she really probably should run cleanse just for the Senna Misfortune interaction, but then cleanse would be useless for absolutely everything else, so she probably just has to run barrier.
Step 2.
Play Jinx? Oh, yeah, that got picked, unfortunately.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Please, Aphelios, I want to learn him. I haven't had any obvious Aphelios angles today, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I'm gonna make a proper announcement about it soon, but I'm actually gonna start doing Aphelios, like on YouTube at least for my videos. I'm only gonna start doing Aphelios on my new channel. I'm gonna do a Aphelios only YouTube channel. Should I trade with her? Yeah, fuck it. Oh, wow. I expected to land more than one auto, but sure, that works. Do I want a ward in there? Nah, it's too late. Should have immediately, if I wanted to extend the trade, I needed to immediately walk back and walk through there, to ward there, without giving my play away. But I don't want to run into the Zyra E in vision.
Minions have spawned.
Oh, she's sticking around. She's clearly trying to bait me into the Zyra E or something, but... Perfect. Yeah, like, just so long as I don't get too close, it doesn't matter if I fail to hit her a few times.
I like that.
Okay. I probably don't want to trade now, it might be 1v2. Senna ideally wouldn't leash. Oh well. To avoid being bullied by the Zyra, I want to stay away from that brush as long as she's in the brush. I obviously can't force a trade onto her, but she can force a trade onto me. So I want to stand away from that brush and force her to have to walk out and go into plain sight if she wants to trade with me. Or I can actually hit her back. Big trade there. Hello, Samuel.
Step 2. I've got a good feeling about this.
Oh, come on, Senna.
Nothing but powder.
water monkeys.
Okay, I'm not gonna level E. Don't think it's gonna be much use. Can you get Exalted Jinx skin from chest? I don't think so. Is that Jinx smurfing? Maybe. I'm not getting the vibe from her so far, but we'll see. I could try and check soon, but I want to focus on CSing for now. Oh, crap. Doesn't look like she's smurfing. Unless she's account sharing.
I like that. No prey, no pay.
Actually can't force a trade there. Tried to E her because I wanted to slow her so I could actually land the PTA, but I was 1v2 there, so it wasn't really doable.
Fun begins.
That's fine. Not really at risk of dying here. I have a jungler around as well, but I didn't notice that. Okay, nice. We actually landed so much damage there. I took a lot of damage as well, but I had a lot of HP to spare, so it's okay.
Set sail.
Okay, they're not staying, so I'm gonna base. Not even gonna go for the plating, I don't think it's worth.
Sure you can handle me, summoner?
Ever heard the new Sleep Token album? No, I actually forgot that was out already. Should give it a listen soon. Maybe at the gym. What are obvious Aphelios angles? Mainly I like to pick them into passive matchups.
Get cocky.
Like if you have an enchanter and you're facing an enemy enchanter as well, well, enchanters aren't really gonna force too much aggression onto each other, right? So it's kind of hard to punish Aphelios in that situation. And there's not really anything you can pick to outskill him either.
Step two. Bang. I know what I'm doing.
Well, I'm not forcing the trades I would like to on the Jinx, but I'm a little bit outranged by the Zyra. Mainly I'm gonna start kicking in at level 6. We're almost there. So it's more about support matchup than ADC? Yeah, exactly. There's still a lot of room for the ADC matchup to influence it as well, though. Like, if you're into Vayne, for example, it's almost always good to pick up Aphelios. Aphelios is really good into Vayne. Nice. Oh god. This shit, I'm actually dead here, maybe? Oh god, I'm so perma-slowed by those plants. Alright, it's a shame we didn't get more follow-up from the Senna, but could be worse. At least I live.
Good feeling about this.
She didn't expect me to go in, clearly, but My reaction time was a bit lacking even considering that.
You've got dangerous eyes.
Oh, thank God Senna blocked that for me. I didn't notice Jinx was level 6.
An enemy has been slain.
I might have to base at some point.
Nothing but powder monkeys.
Sad. Might have gotten a lot better if Jinx hadn't flashed away as well. Which is of course her only counterplayed the Misfortune ult. At least I think I have enough for both of my components here, so I'll be really close to Collector now.
Handle me, summoner.
And for some reason they're basing here as well. I think they should have stayed because they clearly had me on the ropes. They should have kept pushing their advantage until I was eventually forced to base. Or until Viego came to dive me, one or the other. Or potentially they could just find a way to solo kill me as well, like if Jinx ult came back up. Oh my gosh, she's just been DPSing the wave. Oh well.
An enemy has been slain.
I can look at the Jinx's profile after this game, but I don't know about her being a smurf. Like, her farm is really bad even though she's not really getting shit on at all. What? Why did I suddenly start moving down? Maybe I was attack moving. Oh, did I have a pink ward down yet?
I'm doing.
Is she seriously not gonna place it? Wow. Well, I clearly can't keep contesting that pink they might be potentially about to place. Alright, from here we should have Senna positioning fairly aggressively. If we land the W onto Jinx, that could potentially just be a kill right there. So we just keep fishing for Senna Ws.
Step 2.
In the meantime, we just keep zoning her. I don't want to keep pushing. I want to force her to walk up to the wave.
The fun begins.
Okay, maybe I just base for Collector here then. Hey, Jen. Do not DPS the wave, please. Oh, yes! These arrow plants are perfect for me. But stop DPSing the goddamn wave, bro. Where do you currently reside, England? Yes.
You've got dangerous eyes.
Oh, I guess he flashed out. Wasn't really sure. Oh, wait, he's still here, what the fuck? What is trolling? What? Imagine if I was paying attention, man. So weird. Okay. It's not gonna do it again, I guess.
Sure you can handle me, summoner.
She's DPSing the wave. She's trying to get it to die as fast as possible, trying to deny me farm.
Guns blazing.
We actually need more vision down. Get the more safe from Viego. She's sitting on 3 wards. Oop. Wrong ping. We want to get the splitting soon, but we need vision. I need to keep pinging this to her until she does it.
Don't get cocky.
Biggest priority is we need vision. There we go. Oh wow.
Know what I'm doing.
Okay. Damn it. Second... Oop. Is this the second ult I use? And it's the second time that the person I'm focusing just immediately flashes out. Very underwhelming use of my ultimates so far. I could have tried to use it while she was locked down. It would have done more damage, but she still wouldn't have died, so it didn't really matter. This is just the downside of playing Misfortune without a lockdown support. Like, at the very least, you know, it's a positive that just by ulting I force a flash every time. But it's not as nice as getting a kill.
Not a problem.
I think she's alone, right? Oh, not anymore.
You got dangerous size. I like that.
Ah, something should walk up close enough. Definitely not gonna walk up close enough there. Because you can also maybe just recall for us with a Dirk now. Yeah, I'm gonna try Hubris second. We'll see how that goes.
Sure you can handle me, summoner?
Are you from London? No, I live in Hull. Should be really far up in Adams, but unfortunately because I'm 1v2 I can't really abuse it too hard. Ah, I meant to cute. Okay, it's fine. I landed. Gotta remember Zara doesn't have flash this time as well. Okay, she's dead. I got an Adam advantage, remember, so let's reinforce it. Perfect. There we go. Barely even needed the ult. But yeah, I had a huge Adam spike here with the Collector plus the Reddit Dirk. Nice one.
Get cocky.
Hopefully I'm not getting ganked by Viego. Senna's biggest priority here again should just be placing a ward there. Oh. Ah, didn't kill the wave. It's a kind of wave, so it's should be fine to recall here. Alright, again, Senna, you need to stop DPSing the wave. Okay, eventually she listens. I just have to keep doing it every single time, though. But at least she listens eventually.
Size. I like that.
Ally has been slain. Rampage.
I think we should be good to force. Don't have a jungler right now. Can I one-shot these things if I Q them? I don't know. Oh, I do. Nice. That's good to know, actually. Very good to know. Because I could potentially use the Zara plants to just re-crit Q at an enemy champion behind them. Okay, I've got ult back up. Does Jinx have flash? No, she doesn't. So she's really vulnerable right now, actually. Ah. Okay, Viego's behind us. I'm really strong. If Senna would help, maybe I can actually kill him, but... Ow. Okay, I think we killed him here. Yeah, holy shit. This double Senna lockdown into my ultimate. Fucking hell. There it is. There's the potential we talked about. Well, actually, I wasn't even talking about the AoE potential. I was only talking about how one person getting locked down into my ultimate can kill them. But yeah, 2 people getting locked down, even better. Close. Okay, I've got a big power spike if I base here, so I'm not gonna greed for this turret, I don't think. Actually, okay, if we're all committing for this, I might as well stay. I suppose it is the right call so long as no enemies are around to defend. Definitely need to base now, though. Just really missed out on first tower. Damn. We can still potentially get the objectives beat, though.
Step 2.
Either go for Swifties right now, or I just delay boots until until it's a better time to go for Berserkers when I have actually more attack speed scaling, which is gonna be when I have more crit. Oh, we did get the tower feed. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, Viego's topside, so they're not doing Drake. Let's start with the Herald. Nice one. Just need one more objective, so if we can get the Drake, that would be perfect. Are they on this Drake? Not yet. Okay, Hammer died. Oh my god, I live. For now, barely. Yeah, I just live. Holy shit. Nice try. What's her HP? I don't even know. No sign of her. I can go lifesteal a little bit. But because she outranges me, she's advantaged if we actually end up finding each other. Very advantaged. Holy shit, I'm taking such a big risk here. Like, it's kind of dumb, but if I do get the lifesteal a bit... Oh, and I leveled up too. Crap. I'm missing lost stats. This sucks. If I run into her now, I just one-shot her, I believe. And survive long enough to one-shot her. Okay, I've got Lord Dom's time to base. We get it. Huge. Okay, now I guess it is a priority to get boots. I've got some credit, I've got 50%. And I could potentially upgrade them. I don't know if I want to upgrade them before Infinity Edge though, but at least get the boots, yeah.
No prey, no pay.
I can catch this bot lane wave. Since nobody else on my team will do it. Whoa. Oh wow, he just got melted. Fucking hell. I'm really strong though. I only have like, well, only 6 kills. But I have 10 CS per minute on top of that, so...
I know what I'm doing.
Not a gold in my pocket.
Step 2.
Actually, there's a turret there. I can't do this. Or can I? Actually, if this goddamn mini wave will actually reach this turret, I can just one-shot the turret. Okay, here we go. God, my damage, man.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Are they both dead? Oh my god, I didn't even expect to send a W. I was just harassing with my... Dead? eventually. Yeah, I was just harassing with my ER combo because I knew they were both lined up in such a way that they would take insane damage from it. I didn't actually necessarily expect anyone to die, although I thought there might be a possibility. But wow, the SNW was the cherry on top. No way they could survive that. Do you always go PTA? On Misfortune, personally, yes, it is my personal preference. I don't like PTAs. I don't like First Strike as much. Dark Harvest is okay, I could run that, but I generally do prefer PTA for early game bullying. Oh wow, I was actually so close to Infinite Edge. Should have stuck around for that.
You've got dangerous eyes. I like that.
Testing build, or is this the best build? It could arguably be among the best builds, yeah. If you want to go for like full scaling though, you would go Collector into Lord Dominic's into Infinity Edge.
I've got a good
But I think probably more consistent in terms of actually winning games would be Collector into Hubris. I feel like Hubris is really good on Misfortune. One more auto and he's dead, but I can't reach him. Oh, I just barely don't have ult. Okay, here we go. Oh, I didn't kill Heimer. No! Oh my god, that's sad. Get away, Talon. Oh my god, Kane. Oh my god, Kane. What the fuck? You should have just smited her and immediately ulted her. Oh, what a disaster. Yeah, I thought I would one-shot Heimer with that ult, but... He just... That's honestly like a script, the way that he immediately walked out. I just doubt it's a script, it's just incredibly lucky.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It's not quite frame perfect, but it's almost frame perfect that he moved to the side as it started ulting. Like, clearly that wasn't a reaction, that was just very lucky timing for him. He should have got popped. They're not doing Baron, are they? God, that would be terrible. My team should acknowledge that they might be and start running towards there. Like Talon, for example.
cocky.
You shouldn't be going for farm at a time like this, because if they get Baron, that's like the only possible way they could try and turn this game around. Thankfully, with Jinx not being there, it seems like they're probably not. Yeah, they're not. But there should have been a bigger priority for my team to actually check that.
Smaller than the diagram.
Gun blazing.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. You have slain.
Wait, I lost vision! What is that luck, bro? I lost vision exactly as he had a chance to kill me, what the fuck? All good, still worked out. Potentially only thanks to barrier.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I could maybe kill Heimer if he's gonna keep pushing here. ER would kill him. Oh, he's not gonna keep pushing. Okay, whatever. It's still a free wait for me.
Always shoot first.
I suppose Bloodthirster Funnel Item could be worth. I don't need 100% crit, I suppose. Would be really nice though, but can live without it. We should probably focus this Drake actually. Fuck the farm. Oh my god, she actually stole it, goddamn. Oh, hello. What the hell? I didn't expect Diego there. That was the most random engage of all time. Where the fuck did he come from? Oh man. Did we have a jungler around? We did, so that was just a pro smite from him, I suppose. Yeah, what the hell? Oh, yeah, I just ran into them without realizing, fuck me. What was I looking at?
Your team has destroyed.
Just looking at the mid farm. But like, it's just so... They shouldn't even be trying to engage on me like that, because they cannot possibly be relying on me not looking at where I'm going. If I was paying attention, they would die by running into me. Oh man, that's rough.
dangerous eyes. I like that.
Why didn't you do BT first? Because I think I like this build better.
Good feeling about this.
Okay, well Zara dies here if she doesn't flash. Wow, apparently I die as well. This I just got the nuked by Jinx. It's kind of surprising I died there. I had my whole team around me, but it didn't matter. Let me see that again. Like, I have my whole team there, man. How does nobody go on Jinx? Oh my god. So random. Like, everybody's popping away from Jinx as I go for my play. Then one person runs into the traps. That sucks. Jinx is getting strong. Oh my god, Kane.
Get cocky.
Oh god, okay, I need to put my tryhard pants on. I think they're playing really bad. No more going for somewhat semi-risky plays for the support then. Or wasting ult on the support.
Sure you can
Gotta play the 1v9.
summoner.
Oh. I'm nearly got ult back up. Okay, don't even need it. It's fine. Close to BT now then. We could potentially do Baron here. I think we should. I just need to wait for my jungler to show up. There we go. But shit, oh god. Okay, we got the Baron at least, my bad. I was zoned out there. Just thinking about what I want to do with my build once I hit full build.
Enemy double kill.
I didn't notice his Ahri as well. Okay, at least we got a turret for that as well. Oh my god, the Baron. How do you get 10 CS per minute? Generally just with smart macro. Don't need anything else. Obviously it helps a little bit if you are actually... Well, it helps significantly if you are better than all the opponents, because then they're not killing you much. And if anybody's standing in the way between you and farm, you can just kill them, and then they're not in the way anymore. But mostly, aside from that, it is just macro. Macro makes a huge difference for getting good CS per minute. Would he lose that? Iron or bronze? Okay, bronze now. Or, actually, bronze or iron, one or the other.
I know what I'm doing.
Is Herolda's Navori Oppo good? That sounds really random. Probably not. Yeah, I can get a red elixir now. I'd like the base for that.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, I think probably I'll eventually want to sell my Hubris for Navori. Get myself to 100% crit.
You've got dangerous eyes. I like
Not perma A-ramming also helps in lower elo, so many side waves not getting collected. Yeah, exactly. I suppose I'm already full build, but I actually do still want to farm to optimize my build. Oh crap, my ability just got eaten up. Actually, maybe it didn't go on cooldown though.
feeling about
If I had vision, maybe I could decide whether I want to go on Jinx or not, but I don't have enough information. Oh. Oh, almost had him. I think I needed one more auto. Is she dead to that? You know, maybe she walked in a straight line out. Maybe. If Vigor is up here, just kill him, I think. I had barrier if... No, actually I didn't have barrier if I needed it. I had flash if I needed it, but yeah. He just doesn't do enough burst. I figured I could try and bait him there instead of running away. Okay, now I don't need to farm because I have enough to swap on my build. I'm gonna miss the hubris though, it does such funny burst, but I think overall having probably Navori for lower cooldowns would be ideal.
Step 2.
Jesus. Johnny wants to base race. Oh man. Can't quite finish him. Oh wow, he was so close to dying as well. Oh my god. Damn. She did a lot of damage. I'm gonna miss you, buddy, but yeah, I need to sell you. I mean, there's an argument to be made that it's better than Bloodthirster, but I just doubt it. It's gotta be this that I swap out. Just feels bad to have stacked it all game and then have to sell it. I want, or do I maybe want Essence Reaver over Navori, because that would at least keep my burst to really high still. We'll try Navori. I'll feel whether it's good or not. If you're dying to just AD, is Jay not better than Navori here? Personally I would probably say not.
What I'm doing.
Enemy has been slain.
Considering I've already like got so much, like my build is so progressed that crit scales insanely well, I don't think it would be good to swap out a crit item for GA. That's also why I have to swap out the hubris, even though it was so insanely stacked. Because as insanely stacked as it was, it's still not worth taking over a crit item which scales insanely well late game. Wanted to try and run past them. Okay, nice try. Nice. Jesus, he turned into Senna and I just blew him up because he's fucking Senna. Okay, this time she flashes out. I'm obviously not as strong in my ER combos anymore, by the way. Oh, what the hell? Well, I'm dead. The fuck? We just ran into Yone and died. Kane. That wasn't expected. Team Kane's a small, weak Kane's? Yeah, tell me about it. Like, what the fuck is that? I'll just try Essence Reaver. I'm not sure which is better here. Yeah, what the fuck was this, Kane? Like, what? I think I got baited into walking up with him. I assumed he had some kind of plan. Yeah, I tried to follow up, but then he's just dead. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? They might get Baron off of that. That sucks, but we can't do anything about it. Or can we? They would only be 3 on it. They're not on it. Okay, not yet at least. Oh, they get soul if they get this Infernal Drake though. We should probably just rush to Infernal. Because there's a decent chance that even if we get the Infernal, they won't have actually started the Baron and won't just rush it. But if we try and go do Baron and they start the Infernal, they probably just one-shot it before we can react. So let's go do this.
Don't get cocky.
Oh! Fuck, I'm dead. My bad, I didn't notice Yone. I was about to ult. Oh no. Well, I guess we got the small problem right now of not being one of the best scaling ADCs. I'm not bad scaling, but... yeah, it's not super easy to 1v9 late game. I think I'm gonna have to go for shield bow. It's a good thing I've got so much gold, I can just take forever in deciding what's actually the optimal build here. Plus one-shots everyone there, I feel like, yeah. Also, if I just didn't have Yone ulting onto me, I think my ult would have been hitting like 3-4 people. Like, I was about to ult these guys when I suddenly got jumped by Yone. Losing to inhibs isn't the end of the world. Unless we've still got one inhib down ourselves. I need to replace my elixir. Oh, they get Baron though, that sucks. Baron and 2 inhibs. That is gonna be tough.
I know what I'm doing.
We could try and collapse on Heimer. He might greed for another wave here. Or they might be on the red. Yeah, they are on the red. So if my team was following me, we already pretty much would have killed Viego, but we can still try. Yeah, perfect. Do you push these bot lane waves? Ooh. Okay, well I got one. Where was the team? Were they killing someone there? Talon, I don't know where he went on the map. Top lane for some reason. Hang on, the replay isn't opening. But I feel like these guys weren't fighting anybody, right? They could have been helping me. Maybe they were getting zoned by Zarapas? It feels like they're fighting someone, I just can't tell. Maybe it was Yone with his E. Maybe the reason I can't see him is because he E'd back. What replay tool do you use? Replay HUD. Looks like they were fighting Yone? Yeah, they must have been. Shame I didn't kill a Heimer as well. Maybe we can collapse on Yone. God, he is not taking any damage. I don't get how he is this tanky. I actually have to flash out, it's crazy. I'm also not lifestealing because the minions take no damage. Wow, this is insane. Oh my god. Yeah, I literally just don't have enough scaling to actually carry this game. I don't have enough damage to deal with this Viego. Not Viego, sorry. Yone. Okay, that sucks. First loss. Wait, holy shit, I wasn't even recording this game. What the fuck? Oh no. Still was a good game, even if I lost. Fuck. Maybe Kane didn't deserve the honor, but fuck it. What? Yeah, I guess it was kind of a game where I needed to 1v9, but if I were to pick an ADC to 1v9 at the 40-minute stage, it wouldn't be Misfortune. It would be Jinx or Aphelios or Zeri, Caitlyn. This was not it. My ult felt useless against Yone as well. I couldn't find any ult angles because I would just... If I tried channeling ult, it would just give Yone a free ult onto me as well. So it would get immediately interrupted and also make me stand still for the Yone ult. And even if he missed his ult, even if it was just diving on me with a Z, it obviously meant that I also still couldn't use my ult because I had to deal with the Yone that was on top of me. So she turned out to be not the greatest this game. I mean, it worked fine, it just wasn't an ideal scenario for 1v9ing. This wasn't a terrible misfortune game, it just wasn't the pick that could 1v9 this game, unfortunately, given the circumstances. Actually, fuck it, I'm gonna end the stream here, I think. I'm getting hungry. This game still on 3 atoms after 42 minutes? Jesus. Oh, some of you were asking at the start of the game, by the way, if that Jinx was smurfing. I'll check that real fast. Because overall, I didn't get that vibe from her, but she did end up doing pretty well. So maybe. She's doing really well in her recent games and just spamming Jinx every game. But she is a high mastery Jinx player, so... Potentially? I mean, if I look at all of her recent performances, it does look way too good to be a Heartstick Iron player, but... Her win rate is actually overall still 50%. 50%, so... Dunno. If she was really a smurf, I think she would be winning more. She mostly just has good KDAs. She has really good CS per minute for this elo though, weird. Anyway, yeah, gonna end the stream here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Might be tomorrow, but we'll see.